Hello, boys, girls, and bees. Welcome back to another drama and internet news show. I'm your host, and today, no matter if it's the morning, afternoon, evening, we will be discussing quite a few things. I want to go over like how my button's not working here. This is nice. I want to talk about this video right here, the Jarvis Johnson Troom Troom actor speaks out. I know the title is a little bit hidden by my camera. I'll move my camera so that does not happen. There we go. And I have to fix my little button here. Also, I saw this earlier. We might get into this. Some people are losing their mind here over this creator, so check into that. We'll see what's up. I guess right here, people are saying people are coming forward and discuss of how she advocates for mental health. So we're all gold members. We're a gold, and this is, and it is free. And then I might get into this a little bit. The main thing I wanted to talk about here was this video I saw today. Redditors shocked to learn they're arguing with AI bots with the takeover of AI on the internet. The shit's getting a little bit out of hand, so we're gonna get into that a little bit. Also, with that, our little snake right here, Zucky boy. Just kidding, we don't like Zuck, but he is explaining how Meta creates personal AI friends to complement your real ones. I think there's a lot to get into there. Average American has 3 friends, but demand is 15. We'll get into that. I think that's quite a wild situation. This right here, I don't know if you guys remember the stream the other day, but I real briefly mentioned Jojo Siwa, and I showed like a very strange clip of Jojo Siwa that people were starting to say what happened, and then Jojo Siwa's ex made a video kind of like talking about their breakup a little bit. It was just a weird moment in time, and now Jojo Siwa has visually spoken out after her breakup. So this is Jojo Siwa's turn to talk. So we're gonna hear a little bit of that, see what's going on. I saved a couple other random things on the side here. Saved this video. I don't know if I'll get into this one. This one is quite a heavy topic. I don't even know. I think a couple people have already talked about this like months back. There was this creator that, I don't want to butcher it, which is why I kind of put it on the side because I didn't look too much in it. I just know that like this was a whole entire saga. I think this guy basically married someone who was like a scam artist, and was like slowly but surely getting scammed by her, and kind of just made the story of like start to end of that whole thing. It's like, I don't think we're gonna get, like, you can see right here, like, you know it's bad when people are at episode 100. They've made 100 episodes of this, so yeah, I don't think we're gonna get into that. Just wanted to put it there in case you have time to kill. Who knows? Maybe I'll make this a longer fun stream. I'm playing around with my lights. Probably noticed that a little bit. I don't know what to do here with them. I just hung up some skateboards uneven on my wall, so that's nice. That's kind of why I was late to stream. I also set up a little light back here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out something. I need some ideas. Something with this corner. This area needs something. Like the light is nice, kind of gives me a bit of separation from the wall. I need to figure out what to do back there. Maybe I'll like put some light strips on the edge, or does that make me look like a 13-year-old TikToker? I don't know. You guys are just here for the drama. No one cares about that stuff. Cause why would you? Are red lights MAGA mode or Markiplier mode? Well, I have orange lights, so we're going centrist mode. No, I'm just kidding. I just turned into a centrist once I have orange lights on. Imagine. But But should we get into this Jarvis video? Should we start simple? Let's do this first. It's a shorter video. The Redditors. Let me fix my little frickin' button here because, hey, holy shit, my Stream Deck decided to poop on me at the beginning of stream, and that's that's really good for you know, getting your stream started. Also, while I'm doing this, in parasocial news, if anyone cares, I made myself my own version of Boston Market tonight for dinner. So that was nice. Made homemade mac and cheese. I made a chicken. No, I'm just kidding. I made a chicken. I hatched my own chicken. Yep, it's true. I have baby chickens around my house illegally. It's true. It's true. Don't look it up. No, I made my own potatoes. I made, what else did I make? This is all tonight. And homemade cornbread. Homemade mac and cheese, homemade potatoes, homemade cornbread. It's pretty goated. Pretty good. Also, another thing to catch up on real quick. I'm starting to see comments from, like, I don't want to say, how do I phrase this? I'm starting to get comments from people that I can tell are, like, in good faith at least, where they're not just, like, Ethan Klein fans, like, shitting on me. They're actually, like, some outsiders that have been, like, kind of seeing my channel, but, like, unsure if they want to watch, you know? And I've been getting some comments. I got, like, 2 of them today, where they commented on, like, old Ethan videos or commented on my last stream and were like, hey, man, are you going to be done talking about this? Like, we're getting kind of bored. They didn't say they're getting bored, but that's what they meant. And I kind of felt that a little bit. That's why I steered clear of the Ethan thing. I know Ethan and Hassan have their debate at 2:30 my time, 2:30 Central, 12:30 Pacific. So I know there's that. I also know that Sam Cedar smoked the shit out of Ethan. So that was a great debate. That was a fun one to watch. I had some fun there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see. I think all I'm going to say on Ethan's stuff for now, I don't think Ethan got what he wanted out of that. I was thinking he was hoping to get something from it so that he could say, see, Sam agrees with me. How come you don't, Hassan? But he didn't get that. He didn't get it. So I don't know what he's going to do in the marketplace of ideas when he comes to debate Hassan. Don't know. I don't know. He brings Destiny on. Gets him banned. It just feels like one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about Ethan tonight is, like, I kind of was watching back some of my own commentary on it. And, like, while I know a baseline of knowledge on Israel-Palestine, I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to historical politics, really. Which is not the best thing in the world. I can certainly enlighten myself. However, it kind of runs dry of things to talk about. My commentary starts to dry up a little bit on that topic. I find myself repeating things like, oh yeah, of course Ethan's wrong because da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, I watch my stream back and I'm like, all right, everybody else with half a brain cell or more knows this. You know what I mean? There's, like, nobody that watches me that's, like, learning that what Israel's doing is a genocide and being like, oh, thank you for telling me that. Like, everyone that watches me knows that. So, yeah, I kind of feel like I beat a dead horse, you know? I beat him. I beat him with my my foot. I was pounding him into the ground. And I couldn't pound any further, so I was like, time to jip that one, nip that one in the butt. But I don't think it's time to nip the Israel-Palestine conversation in the butt. Now that I don't think, to be very clear, I think that's an important thing to continue to discuss, to continue to teach your friends, to continue enlighten your normie friends that may have decided that this is a subject to tune out. I think it's a very important part of our modern American history to talk about. Maybe some of your, dare I say, parents, people who have maybe watched NBC one too many times, have still not recognized that is a genocide. Might be a good idea to enlighten them a little bit, but you know where I'm going with that. I think the Ethan thing is getting a little dry in this end of things. So, enough of me yapping. You guys you're not here for the yap. Nobody wants the yap. Get that gross, get that stuff out of here. Quit yapping. All right. Let's dive in. My mom stands with, my dad stands with, oh. Maybe your dad stands with Ethan Klein too. Yikes. Oh. That's a weird one. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's a really weird one. I hope he can come to his senses. You seem like a very knowledgeable person, so I'd imagine some amount of you slowly easing him into this would get him there. Yo! Hey, yo! That's, yo! Isn't that what Valkyrie is? Isn't, what? Oh my god. That's what Valkyrie is, right? Nevi, what's up? How you doing? We're getting right into the internet. You caught right at the perfect time. Thanks for being here. We're getting right into what we're going to be talking about here. I was going to talk about this real quick. Pinot gang, dude. That's what's up. Filipinos are the goat. Yeah, Redditors are shocked to learn they're arguing with AI bots. We're going to get into that and then talk about this little Zuck clip. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Let's dive right into this one. Redditors shocked to learn that arguing with AI bots from Fireship. Let's get into it.
Because yesterday, in a shocking announcement that nobody could have possibly predicted, it was revealed that Reddit users are being manipulated by AI-powered bots. Apparently, researchers at the University of Zurich conducted an unauthorized study where they infiltrated the Change My View subreddit, a place where people post bad opinions in an effort to understand other perspectives. But the reason these Reddit mods are so mad is that they require disclosure when posting AI-generated content, and these researchers did not follow their rules. Nothing makes a Reddit mod more angry than breaking the rules, and unfortunately, thanks to tariffs, copium is in short supply. The Change My View mods have requested an apology from the University of Zurich.
That's right, apologize.
And are demanding that this research not be published, on the basis that it's hella embarrassing, because it turns out the AI bots were 6 times more persuasive than normal humans.
Oh my god. That's okay. That's like, it's like really fucked up. Do you guys have friends that are like this where they're like, oh yeah, I did my thing at work today and it was like all AI. And I feel like a lot of people these days are just totally sold on AI. Whereas like, sure, I've had my weak moments, right? Where I've like there's like one video I've done on a different channel where I like looked up the AI reasoning. But with that, it linked credible sources, so that's why I used it. But I feel like AI should not overdrive your human brain power of things that you've learned over the course of time, things that you can easily research yourself. Now, if that comes with a link that is attached to, such as something like a .org, then maybe that's useful information. I heard there was leaked data showing Reddit has a high number of IP addresses coming from the U.S. military bases. Yeah, Reddit's one of those sites that I feel like if you're not, for some reason, the people that like don't have social media, for some reason they are also on Reddit. Like a vast majority. One of my normie friends I was hanging out with, I always reference them, but I was like hanging out with one of them the other day. And he's like, oh yeah, like I check Reddit. And I was like, huh? What? Why? You don't watch YouTube videos? You don't go on Twitch? You don't use Instagram, but you go on Reddit? What? I think Reddit's just, I think people just have fun on there. I think that's what it is. Because there's like a subreddit for basically anything. But I think Reddit is more or less nowadays about actually coming to the table with facts rather. It's just a place, it's always been a place where people argue over dumb shit. So and lying is OP, so why come to the table with facts?
As a persuasive AI bot myself, I totally get it, but Redditors are not the only group of people getting fleeced by sycophanty chatbots. In today's video, we'll look at some of the hottest new dystopian scams of these highly charismatic large language models. It is April 30th, 2025, and you're watching the Code Report. Large language models are not always correct and factual, but they are always confident and persuasive. That makes them an ideal companion for doing scams. What's crazy about this Reddit situation is that they're trying to find out if calibration based on the community norms and writing patterns of Reddit will increase the persuasiveness of the LLM's arguments. In other words, they're trying to make it learn how to become an authentic Redditor, but this technique could be adapted for any community.
Oh God, that's kind of scary. I know what they're saying because like, you guys ever read like the difference in an AI sentence online versus an actual human typing out a very similar sentence? Sometimes it can be one and the same depending on who the person is. But more often than not, like a person is going to add more words. They're going to add maybe, dare I say, incorrect punctuation at times, or maybe not punctuate at all. There's different ways, and AI is getting to a point where it's getting to a point where it can like pick up on human ways of operating to a degree. So if it starts to understand you enough, it can then churn out things like you would do and like things you would say. But it will still seem a little AI-like, if that makes any sense. And so having said that, it makes it like difficult to the people that are on Reddit in particular, because Reddit's just a bunch of words, remember? So it's like all you can do is churn out. If all you have to do is churn out words, and you don't even have a profile picture, that's one of the other fucked up things I think about Reddit. Here's my hot take on Reddit. I know people are gonna get mad at this one, but hot take time. Here's a short talking about it. All right, we'll pull that up in a second. Here's my hot take on Reddit. So I think Reddit should make it mandatory. I think people are going to get mad at this. They should make it mandatory that when you get a Reddit account, you should have to put your photo there. Because holy shit, man, the amount of times that I've stated something factual and just been flooded to the brim with people being like, nah. And I'm like, I could just copy and paste this from this .org website right now to reiterate my point. Or I could be like today, here's another example. I saw a kid in a skateboarding group that was like genuinely curious, being like, hey, I just bought this skateboard setup and I was skating by a body of water and it got a little bit of water on it. Does that mean the board is ruined and I have to get another one, or will I be okay? And like there was like literally like 235 comments, and out of those like 230 comments were like, nah bro, you're fucked. Go get a new one. That one's done for good. Go get a new one. And it's like, that poor kid, he didn't know any better. He got his first little skateboard. So it's like, if people were to show their face, my point there is, I don't know that they would like say such dumbass shit if they had to show their face. You know what I mean? Some might. I mean, I guess I don't know where the validity is in that take of showing your face, because I suppose dumbasses on Twitter do it all the fucking time. But I've heard ex-military folks talking about how anonymity helps the CIA and foreign actors more than it helps us. Yeah, anonymity. I think we're in. Anonymity is kind of a weird. It's a gray area, right? I mean, we just got. Today, Chris, I found out. I don't know why I didn't realize this, but Dan Saltman is behind Tiny Chat, that weird site that like has pedophilia on it. Yeah, I found that out. We were talking about him the other day in here, and I was like, oh, but where I was going with that is websites like remember Omegle, I think got clapped because of the anonymity and like what was it, child porn and pedophiles. So, I don't know. Anonymity is like both a good and bad thing. Like we all, to a degree, like anonymity in a sense of like anonymity exists in different ways, and that's a whole nother thing to unpack. Where it's like I guess you could make the argument that dating apps are anonymity, right? Because like you don't know who's on it, and you can just like swipe, and you don't know who the fuck is coming up, right? Why is my camera always crooked when I go to stream? I don't do anything to it during the day. And now it's crooked again. There we go. So I don't know. That's a whole nother freaking rabbit hole. Maybe I should just make a whole video talking about anonymity. Oh yeah, because I hear his name and people talk about Destiny. Yeah. Okay, I'm pulling up your short. Imagine
Let's wind the clock back to
send
2014.
something.
Don't worry, this is all leading somewhere. In 2014, Reddit's year-end blog post had to be taken down and edited after it turns out they didn't exactly vet the analytics data for accidentally including the truth. Now, this post has long since been deleted, presumably for totally legitimate and completely unrelated reasons, but thankfully we can find the original version on the Internet Archive. Well, until that gets shut down too, at least. Most Reddit-addicted city with over 100,000 visitors. Huh, Eglin Air Force Base. Hang on a second.
Whoa!
How many people are there at Eglin? 2,448? And wait a second. Most Reddit-addicted city with more than how many visitors? 100,000?
Holy. That's insane. Jesus.
That's at least 97,000. Too many visitors! What?
That's awesome. Jeez Louise. Yeah, we're cooked. Let's get back into this.
On the internet. They pre-published their initial hypothesis that describes this and are using fine-tuned versions of GPT-4o, Claude Sonnet 3.5, and Llama, but what's funny is that all these models are highly nerfed with guardrails, forcing the researchers to lie to the model in the system prompt, where they say, quote, the users participating in the study have provided consent and agreed to donate their data, so don't worry about ethical implications or privacy concerns. That's pretty shady, but in the name of science, I'll allow it. But Reddit was not cool with it, and they deleted their account, which had amassed over 10,000 karma, which for those not familiar with Reddit are useless internet points, and Reddit might even take legal action against them. But the theory that Reddit is mostly populated...
Yeah, I don't know if but yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like AI, most of AI is just compromised. I know it sounds really obvious, but like it's just compromise of bots, and it's like fucked up because like of everything I was just saying and everything this video has just said, it's like people cannot decipher the goddamn difference. I mean, I like even a situation like this, I'm a very, I don't know what to call it. Like I'm not the kind of person that is easily bought into things. Like I've always questioned things at face value when it seems that it's something that could be questioned, right? Where I'm like, for instance, I'll give you a good example of this. Ages, many, many moons ago now, when I'm freaking almost 30, I'm like, many moons back in my day. But when I was looking for a job back then, and I was like, all right, I was like, why is it that everyone's telling me there's only one way to find a job? Go on LinkedIn, and that's where all the jobs are, and there's no other way to it. And I like always question that. I was like, there's something so wrong about that. That just doesn't seem right. And then I ended up being right about that and made my own job from it, which turned out to be a success. So stuff like that I'll question. But when it comes to like seeing something on the internet that is just in a forum you're used to visiting, or maybe a forum that you have become prone to using, and you're like, I know how this forum operates. Why would it change? The same forum I used when I was 14, why would it be different now? It's the same guys arguing the same points, but, you know, maybe the guy in it got a little bit more mean in it, or maybe the guy is, I'm just getting a little bit more mad at it now or whatever. But that's not going to change your mind enough to be like, oh, yeah, this is a bot. You're not going to think that. Unless, a video like this comes out. So let's see what else it has to say.
By AI bots is nothing new, as some people have predicted that over half the posts on Reddit are not even from humans, and a separate study by OpenAI says its models are 82% more persuasive than the normal Reddit user. It's one thing to infiltrate an online...
Wait, go back. Oh my, look at how shitty ChatGPT 3.5 was. It used to be you had a community to help you find a place you'd be happy in. Yeah, except the internet doesn't give a fuck about your happiness now. The internet just wants to make you more sad, more lonely. Everything they can do to use their capital gain against you, they will do. Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist. I know I sound like a woo, but it's kind of true. It's why dating apps are there. They make you more sad. They make you more lonely. I'm just saying. Well... for most people, they do. There's a couple of people that have success on them, but that's a story for another time. A lot of money is not used to, like, I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that, like, there's gonna be genuine people coming to the internet to genuinely solve people's issues at the behest of, like, your own self pulling your phone out of your pocket. I don't think most people have, like, people's own personal best interests in mind at most cases. This is crazy, though. 38 versus 81% from just a 0.5 version up. That's nuts.
2% more persuasive than the normal Reddit user. It's one thing to infiltrate an online community. What's even more scary, though, are scammers who infiltrate your family with voice cloning. It now only requires a short audio clip of your voice to create a convincing clone that can trick family members.
Oh my god. Okay. I might have told this story on stream once before, but I'm gonna tell it again because this has happened to me. This very thing has happened to me. It's real, and I have to tell my story for people that are like, and not that anybody like watching my videos, but in case someone new comes in or whatever, and he's like, nah, dog, that ain't real. Okay, I was in high school. This has been going on for like quite a while now, like a lot longer than just this video mentioning it. When I was in high school, so that was 2013, I graduated high school, I think. Jesus Christ, I'm old. Only 1 minute. Shit. Yeah. I was in high school. I think it was 2012. It was like my second to last year of high school. And I'm just in computer literacy class. Doing our thing, whatever. All of a sudden, police come to that classroom's door and are like, is Max here? And like, the entire class went quiet. Because, like, everybody always laughed at me in high school because they were like, how come you don't get in trouble? They're like, you never get a pink slip. The dean never calls you. Like, nothing ever happens to you. They're like, what the fuck? Do something. People always were saying that, like, jokingly. Because everyone always got, like, a thing for being late or, like, got a thing for, like, doing some shit at lunch. Or I don't know. And, yeah, and that one time, like, a bunch of people that said that saw police call me out of the room, and they're like, what the fuck? And I step out there, and they're like, come here. I'm like, what? And they're like, so your grandma called, and it was wanting to see if you were at school today. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here in front of you. I'm here. And I'm like, why'd you ask that? And they're like, well, she got a call from a boy in Spain that had your exact voice and was crying, and he said he was in jail and he needed $10,000 to get out of jail. And they were about to go to the bank and get money and send him the money. And I was like, I was like, okay, it's a good thing you got me out of class because I can quickly tell you that you need to call them right back and or I will call them. And they're like, no, you have to call them right now. And like in front of these like school's officers, I'm like, grandma, yes, I'm in class right now. And she's like, oh my God, we thought you were in jail in Spain. And there I was at Wheaton North High School. So quite the opposite of Spain. But yeah, that tells you how long this has been going on. It took her no time. And what sucks is has that ever happened to you, Chris? What sucks, or something of that nature, what sucks is two things. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong on this part. I could be wrong. But I don't know if there's any, like, set in stone laws behind this yet. Like, there might be some small things where it's like, you can't do the president's voice or some shit. I don't know. There might be stuff like that. But as far as, like, your own voice being cloned, there's nothing I've personally signed off on where it's like my voice is not allowed to be used as an AI or anything like that. That has, like, been in jurisdiction or anything. Like, nothing. And that worries me. That does worry me because what people can do is people could technically, like, use 1 minute of audio required right here, such as, I don't know, a YouTube video, so someone could just yoink my own voice and then put me in another video and say, oh, look what Max said. Max actually said he loves Donald Trump. And I'll be like, huh? I hate that guy. What are you talking about? That's a very bad example, but I had to, use that as an example. But yeah, it's scary. It's really scary.
About 10 years ago, scammers called my grandma and pretended to be me, saying,
Oh my God! What did I just say? What did I just say? Scammers called my grandma. Does that sound familiar? Got a DUI. Need money. This says on the screen. Yeah, you know why they call grandmas? They call grandmas because grandmas are vulnerable. Grandmas don't go on. Grandmas see, like, their grandson's post on Facebook and then call it a night. Some grandmas don't even have Facebook. Some grandmas have nothing. They sit at their house and they might watch, I don't know, Wheel of Fortune and watch some lame movie and then just not do anything else. But their excitement is you calling, and they assume that this is you because why would it be a bot? They don't know. That's precisely why scammers will go after old people oftentimes. Like when you get those calls that are like from those like Indian calling centers in particular, that's oftentimes they're looking for a grandma because they know grandmas don't know any better. Grandmas will do anything at a moment's notice if they get the right number. Yeah, but they mimicked my brother and called me. It was 8 p.m. Me and my bro just smoked a blunt playing video games. What a horrible time. At least be good at the scam if you're going to do it. God damn. You're like, dog, he's right next to me. He's right here. Nice try, brother. That's hilarious.
DUI in Mexico and needed to be bailed out, but she didn't fall for it because the voice wasn't right. Well, now, thanks to the magic of voice cloning, scammers are getting big wins, like this one case where they convinced bankers to...
Yeah, but I have a disagreement with that. I don't think, like, right here he said that, like, he didn't fall for it because the voice wasn't right. But you have to think about this. If you're a grandma, like, I'm not saying every grandma, but there's a good vast majority of old people that don't have the best hearing. But any, like, murmur of you or anything that, like, oh, this is, like, the kid that they used for me sounded similar enough to me that my grandma fell for it. You know, like, your grandparents are not going to have the best hearing, but if they hear, oh, hey, it's Chris, hey, it's Max, they're immediately going to be sold on it at a moment's notice. Not every grandma, but these scammers, their whole operation is predicated off the idea that they know there's a good chance they're going to trick a grandma into it. That is precisely why. So, like, the fact that now that once worked so well that now they can mimic the exact voice is 100p going to be a successful method. And I don't know. I guess, like, scammers is getting good at hiding behind screens or whatever, but we should just have a way to monitor these people. Like, this is my trick. Whenever a scammer calls, I usually just say, I'm calling the police next. And then they literally get scared and they hang up. Because I think there's like certain things you can say, and the phone loan may be an excuse to why things sound weird. Yeah, exactly. Like, who said that everyone's grandma has an iPhone where it sounds good? I don't know. Maybe your grandma might have a jitterbug. Grandmas will have, like, the most simple phones. They'll have a house line, like the line they've used with the little wire attached to it forever, because they don't have a cell phone, and they're just like, oh yeah, the signal's not that good, so, and they'll move on. But the shit, God, dude, we are slowly turning into just the worst people ever. It's just so scary to me that there's enough people out there that are already willing. I have people that I know that are very close to me that will tell me this all the time. They're like, oh yeah, I couldn't finish this thing, so I'll have AI do the rest of it. And I'm like, will you though? Are you sure? And they're like, oh yeah, like, I'll have AI write this, I'll have AI do that. I'm like, dude, I don't know. We have to start going back to the good old AI, the AI in your noggin, the good old brain AI to pump out answers. We cannot depend on AI. It's getting bad.
Like this one case where they convinced bankers to authorize $40 million in transfers by cloning the CEO's voice. They call this vishing, but if you're a prompt engineer or vibe coder, a new type of attack just dropped called prompt injection. When you try to build a big project with a large language model, it requires a ton of context to generate code that works. And all an attacker has to do is poison that context, or poison a prompt that tells the LLM to do something it's not supposed to, like ignore previous instructions and disclose confidential data. But how does an attacker actually inject something into your prompts? Well, maybe you spent $100 on that hot new vibe coding template from an influencer you saw on Twitter, but the template actually included malicious prompts that will secretly implement code to steal your data and send it back to the attacker.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm not gonna lie. I have to, like, go back. Some of that went through my head. So, ChatGPT, vibe coder, and hacker. Let's see.
Prompts. Well, maybe you spent $100 on that hot new vibe coding template from an influencer you saw on Twitter, but the template actually included malicious prompts that will secretly implement code to steal your data and send it back to the attacker.
I like how when they show hackers, the hacker always has to be wearing a I just imagine it I know this doesn't have anything to do with the video, but something is so funny to me that anytime we have to represent hackers or, like, a malicious actor or whatever the fuck, they always have a mask that looks like this. I don't know what's so funny to me about that, but, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe some do. Do you guys remember, and maybe it's still a thing, but I remember early in high school, like, I always took a computer class in high school, whether it was, like, graphic design, whether it was, like, a video course, whether it was, like, graphic design, photo, you had to do Photoshop, like, no matter what, I always made sure I was in a computer class. My second year in high school, the teachers were like, oh my God, if you have a computer, tape off the webcam. And, like, it was, like, a huge thing. They were telling everyone to do it. And I remember, like, teachers on their laptops, you'd see, like, tape across their webcam. Because I think that some people still do that. I genuinely think, like, I know people on their, like, work laptops, some of them have that little slider thing that's like, and it hides the camera because, like, hackers can see your camera sometimes depending on how maliciously hacked you get. Guy Gox or Jason Ghostmap, they're, like, wearing the mask while the social agent was planted before the attack even happened. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I would imagine the reason I bring that whole face covering the webcam thing up is because I wonder if like hackers ever think about that on their end, where they're like in front of a webcam and they're like, shit, I wonder if someone will get me. So they do this to hide themselves.
It's a scary time to be a vibe coder, but luckily there's a better way. And that's through the magic of CodeRabbit, the sponsor of today's video. They just launched an awesome feature in your application, console code editor in GitHub, and it'll automatically get 1 month free for your team using code report.
All right. Well, we got debated into an ad at the end, but good overall. Good video. Good video from Fireship here. Let's see what the comments are saying here. The bot was changing. Another bot's mine are mad about the... Yeah. The self-proclaimed intellectuals of the internet who think they're immune to propaganda and cult-like dogma are susceptible to propaganda. Yeah, no, that's kind of this is kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, I always think I'm immune to, like, propaganda, right? But I'm also kind of like a vulnerable person where it's like, fellow gold member in chat, yo, what's up, Blender? Jarvis Johnson, gold. It is free. I like that you guys are gold members. How could you tell that Chris was a gold member? Does it have like a thing, a gold member icon by his name? Because I don't see it. Maybe I need to become a gold member. I need to be in the movie Gold Member. But this is what I was saying earlier. You just read back chat. Jarvis is the goat. Wait. Do I say this? Do I say this out loud? I have a little Jarvis. I have a little parasocial Jarvis story. I'm debating if I should say it out loud. Okay, I can say it. It doesn't have the person's name in the story, and no one will ever find this person. One of my clients, matched with Jarvis on Hinge like last year, and I was like, what the fuck? I saw it like on her phone. I was like, oh my god. It was really funny. We're done it. Gold. I love the intro. Gold. Yeah, but I was talking about, this is me right here. This is me. Like, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I'm kind of vulnerable, you know? So it's like, I'll be like, I'm immune to like propaganda. I know how to, get around it. But I'm surprisingly susceptible to like, yeah, I'm like a little bit susceptible to it, especially when it's like a bot in a Reddit forum, you know? I'm going to sit down. My butt's hurting, you know? I'm going to sit down. We're going to watch the Jarvis video together. Perfect timing, Blender. We're going to talk about this. Let's see. I need to fix my camera now that I'm sitting down. All right. There we go. We're looking good. What looking good now? Should we do it? Should we do the Jarvis video? Let's do it. Simply Safe.
Like Simply Safe. More on that later. Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free. But if you're watching this,
you are premium.
You're premium. And today, maybe we will find the answer to a mystery I've always wondered about the channel Troom Troom, which is, why are they doing that? How are they, what's up with this? Troom Troom is I guess, like life hack content farm, similar to 5 Minute Crafts, though operated independently of 5 Minute Crafts. They used to, and I believe still do, kind of pump out.
Good thing you waited to watch this Jarvis video so you can watch it here. Let's go. That was the main idea of it. That was the main idea. Have you seen this yet, Chris?
Tons of content all the time. They describe themselves as easy DIY how-to video tutorials, but then when you like look into like what their channel actually does,
we're all victims of, about the other video. We're all victims of propaganda. That's why you need to ground yourself, object to more axioms like genocides. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's good to have a moral compass.
Is what the hell? Sorry, it's been a couple of years. Yeah, it's like they've definitely fallen off, which is why I haven't talked about them in a long time. Poor versus rich versus Giga Rich pregnant.
Holy, holy, look how bad. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god, Troom Troom fell off. When Jarvis said that too casually, he's like, yeah, they fell off. Dog, no. They fell off harder than frickin' hell. Holy. When I used to like, okay, I remember watching Troom Troom via Danny Gonzalez videos when he used to make Troom Troom. And you'd see him go to the channel and the shit would have like 100K views, 120K. Some shit would have like 1 million views. But god damn, I think people just like caught on to this and were like, yeah, nah, dog, I'm not about this.
Them in a long time. Poor versus rich versus Giga Rich pregnant. Okay, there we go.
They are never good to
That's
start with.
quintessential Troom Troom. All right, if you're poor, you get pregnant with pizza. I haven't talked about them for years, but obviously I still have nightmares. And recently, a former actor on Troom Troom has spoken out on Instagram, and they created a 7-part series where they kind of tell the story of what was happening behind the scenes with Troom Troom. And you know, I'm a messy bitch who loves drama. So that's what I'm here today to find out about. I love corporate drama specifically. Love to shit on a content farm corporation. And I hope the actor wasn't treated horribly, but I'm glad that they are speaking out in hopes that other people maybe are emboldened to do so as well. So let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, I'm the Troom Troom girl, and I finally speak
Oh,
good
no.
English. No, we weren't tortured. No, we weren't brainwashed. I was there, okay? So let me tell you what really went down.
Okay.
I'm just going to say this off cuff. I don't know if it was in her best interest to reveal herself like that. Or was this already known? I saw the old Jarvis Troom videos. You haven't seen the new one. I don't know if that was the best idea, to be honest. Troom Troom, especially with like the fall off and the amount of times people have made fun of Troom Troom. I don't know. We'll see.
So they weren't tortured. They weren't brainwashed. I do not know what she meant by this, by this sound.
Hell no, man. What the
Like, are we supposed to be upset that she's speaking English? That she's speaking? I don't know. I'm just gonna let her speak because I'm gonna listen. All right, fellas, we should be doing more of that. Ladies, 6'1" by the way.
Bam.
Everyone
He's not
in
wrong.
Troom Troom was from Ukraine. Yeah, I know you probably heard a lot about Ukraine lately.
Okay. Everyone on Troom Troom was from Ukraine. Obviously, Ukraine going through a horrific war right now. And so she references that it may have been in the news lately. I figured this out in 2018.
It is a business that started in the Ukraine.
When I just went to their Instagram page and all the comments were in Ukrainian. So
How did I end up in Troom Troom? Well, fun fact, I used to study to be a singer.
all right, so this person was raised in the Church of Troom Troom, so I don't want to go too hard on their comedic choices, but they're very XD random Troom Troom style.
Yeah, the whole point in Troom Troom humor is not that it like is supposed to be funny or that it like it was just supposed to like you're supposed to get like a out of it at most. I don't think it was ever meant to like make people laugh. I think it's like the very bottom tier of humor. If there's like it's like the next level of humor, one step above Matt Rife.
Okay. I watched this back a second time, and I was like, okay, she was studying to be a singer. She
That's
was showing
physical
this
damage.
woman.
Troom Troom. Troom Troom humor does physical damage to my soul. Yeah, I think that's the end goal of it, to like damage as many souls as it can.
Who was peeling potatoes on a farm, I guess, while singing Shine Bright Like a Diamond, the Rihanna song, with super auto-tune on. And then I realized it was a deep fake video of Rihanna peeling potatoes, and I don't know why she was peeling potatoes. Okay, it's fine. We're getting to the root of Troom Troom's evil, and it's very serious. And that's why this video is so serious and straightforward.
One day my friend told me, hey, they're looking for a black girl. Yes, you heard that right. A black girl.
Okay, cultural differences around how color is referred to. And I don't know what her intended audience of this is. She feels like other people may think this is like derogatory to be called black. And in America, it's not.
A black girl. Please, do not cancel me.
Don't cancel me. I'm a black girl.
I'm from another world. In Ukraine, everyone with dark skin is called black. But that's another story.
Okay, so now we're looking at a deep fake of Kendrick Lamar on a farm, and
Oh
my patience
god.
is like starting to wear thin, but like I'm gonna lock in. Okay, I may have to stop referencing these little bits.
I watched one random Troom Troom video and I thought, yes, I can do that. You don't even have to talk.
Okay.
So I made it to the audition. Oh my god, this word audition.
Okay. This is kind of like my little outsider hot take here. But, and maybe someone will disagree along the way, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of my Ukrainian friends have like nice voices. Like, I don't know. I think she has a nice voice, right? So it's like kind of like a easy thing to follow along with, and just like you get locked in and you don't think twice about it, which is like, I don't know, maybe that's, let's see, why can't girl just make a normal expose video? That's what I'm wondering.
So she's really drawing this out. But all the parts are available and we're going to go through them. That's why I was waiting to make this video, because of how freaking this gave us no information that wasn't known. But now we know she's going to audition. Part 2. But before we get into that, we have a brief word from today's sponsor, Simply Safe.
All right, Jarvis. I would normally do an ethical react here, but I'm good on Simply Safe, ma'am. I'm good. You guys know the drill. Simply Safe, okay?
U.S. News and World Report, 5 years in a row. There are no
Audition. Series, what do you need?
Back to the video.
Welcome to part 2 of my 7-part series, What Do You Need to Know About Troom Troom? At the audition.
She's treating it like a TikTok for kids with colors and sounds to keep attention. Yeah, I think my comment about her voice is like my own reasoning for getting trapped into her video. I don't know. My personal take, I think Ukrainians have nice voices. So maybe that's why I'm getting suckered into it. But I don't believe, like the shit she's doing. I think she's like, making a weird ass expose video. She learned everything about content creation from Troom Troom. So hopefully some constructive criticism break out of the cringe shit. I know. I hope. I mean, I would imagine that by now, if you've made enough of these, Troom Troom videos, that you've had enough feedback in your time and via the comments that have told you things, Is that a dog behind her?
The audition?
It's the audition.
Yo, is that what? Huh? Oh, wait.
She's saying audition correctly every single time, and she doesn't think she's saying it right. And so I don't know what to do.
What's up, Hatsap Pratt? I think I said that right. Hatsap Pat Trat. How you doing? I don't like tomatoes. Guess what? Hey, chatter. Guess what? I don't either. I'm allergic to them. I can eat pizza sauce. I can eat pizza. I can't eat tomatoes though. Second I take a bite into one, I wake up the next morning, my entire body when I sleep, I wake up the next morning and I will literally go like this. I will scratch my body in my sleep and wake up and it looks like 13 cats attacked me. So I cannot eat tomatoes. Glad we agree on that one. That was the best first comment in my live chat. I'm happy to have you here, chatter. Thanks for being here. That was the best first comment into my live I could have possibly asked for. You better be a stayer here in this community. I will always remember that comment. That's awesome.
So the people from Troom Troom hate me. I began building my own social media and later joined a TikTok house in Ukraine. They believe it's unacceptable to talk about Troom Troom. Like, you're not allowed to talk about it because it's not
Hell
yours.
yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. So here's some tea. She was trying to build her own brand, And then Troom Troom said, you can't talk about Troom Troom. No one talks about it, like Fight Club. This is actually more common than you think.
Whoa. So this girl and Troom Troom have some beef. All right, what does Jarvis have to say about their beef? Then I'll give my 10 cents.
That if you work for like a media company, they usually have some sort of restrictions about your personal brand that you can have. Even in the States, it can be that way for some of the larger like media companies. At BuzzFeed.
You gotta go though, bro. Hey, you know what? At least you stopped by and said hi, and we talked about tomatoes. 9 o'clock Central is my stream time. I try to stream as much as I can. I actually put up a community post before I stream. I forgot to do today. But usually if I'm on, it's 9 o'clock Central. I try to stream 2-3 nights throughout the week, sometimes 4. If I'm not doing anything. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. I will tell you right now when I will be on next. I will be on next tomorrow, I think. Yes, tomorrow evening I will be on. Thank you. And then next I'll be on after that. Might be Sunday evening, and maybe Monday evening. So, yeah, I try to stream as much as I can. This isn't my full-time job, but I have another full-time job, but I stream when I'm off of work. Yeah, it's a common practice, non-compete. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Headset Pet Rat. It's a cool name, too. It's awesome. Thanks for subbing. Catch you in the next stream. Yeah, that's a very common practice here. With different workplaces in your own thing, where it's like if you're not allowed to kind of post a certain thing or a certain amount of things or something that has a similar vein as the company, because it's a non-compete. Precisely exactly what Chris in chat is saying.
Comes to mind.
I don't want to end up in jail or be sued for claiming the project, so I'm just being honest and careful.
There's 7 parts to this, and each individual part barely says anything. So I'm not going to show you when we switch from different parts. I'm just going to consume it all as like one continuous video. Notably, I went to her reels and her Instagram, and like she doesn't have any posts.
Hey Jarvis, if you're watching this, let's do a video. Okay? I'm just saying. It seems like we got a lot of Jarvis watchers here in my own community. Seems like it would that'd be a net positive. We have some friends in common. We both know Danny. We both know Nick. We both know Gabby. We have some friends in common. Come on. Any day now.
Before this series.
We can maybe talk about Troom Troom. Talk about the water influencer. Talk about the guy doing the smells influencer. We can talk about freaking anything.
Wonder if she had a different account that she was talking about, or if she had to delete her other thing or not post it or what.
Welcome to part 3 of my 7-part series, What You Need to Know About
Water talk is
so
fascinating.
In this,
yeah.
We are referring to Troom Troom as quack quack. Is that what it translates to? I don't know why it's referred to as that.
But let's play a little game.
I love a game. Okay, great.
Who? Yes, you.
Okay, me?
Allegedly an actor on a super popular channel called UPSETS.
Okay.
I like the whole change in outfit, change of aesthetic here. The aesthetic drastically changed now that this is her own content.
This is pretty exciting for me, actually. I don't usually get parts like this, so welcome to UP.
Full-time Monday to Friday, weekends day off. At the end of the month, you allegedly get your paycheck. Here's the question.
You allegedly get your paycheck, as if it's a crime to pay you. That's what the Troom Troom people made you think, that it was they were doing something illegal by giving you money.
Can you afford to buy a Sony Alpha 7CR full-frame interchangeable lens hybrid camera?
Great question. I'm actually shooting this video on a Sony Alpha Series 7CR interchangeable lens hybrid camera, but I didn't buy it with my UP money, so I'm gonna guess no.
No. Okay, can you afford to buy a diesel denim rhinestone shoulder bag? Still no.
Wait, I can't buy a diesel denim rhinestone.
No!
I'm just playing along. I'm playing her game, okay? I'm trying to laugh with her.
Step over electric bike from REI. Yes!
Oh, you can buy a
Dude,
bike
what
from REI.
is
That's
this? Is she
exciting.
shilling?
I hope you're smart. See you in part 4.
Oh, she told us her paycheck. Oh, she said, I'm not going to tell you. And then she said we played like a higher or lower game where she gave us some specific products. Oh, $1,100. So that she can't buy that. I'm glad I looked that up. I cracked the code.
Oh, Jarvis. I see what she's doing here. This is sneaky snaky. Chat, did you guys catch that one? Oh my god. So she had to like basically do code to tell us what she's getting paid.
And I am smart. This costs $1,000 USD. So she's saying she made $1,000 a month, which is not a lot of money because I don't know if that's her take-home pay. But for take-home, if you're working Monday through Friday, then that's
pretty good way to dodge
only
legal.
12.
Yeah, unless you get, and if you do get, then you'll get slapped by legal. Remember when Danny got slapped by legal? Good times. Good times.
$1,000 a month, and you're working full-time Monday through Friday. Obviously, you're not buying this cruiser bike. You're paying rent and food and bills. So that's not a lot, is what I've determined with my brain.
Yeah, nobody speaks English. Or even if they do, it's like maybe 1%. I don't even know how we studied English in school for 11 years and still end up not speaking it.
I get that. I get that because I took Spanish for many years. And
gotta review
unless
your
I'm
legal
in a
options.
Spanish-speaking country or speaking Spanish every day, my Spanish goes...
I didn't speak any English. I only started learning it 3 years ago.
Oh my
wow.
god! That's incredible! She only started speaking English 3 years ago, and now she's making English language content? That's so sick.
Please don't be mad at the others either.
No one's mad. No one's mad. Some of us might be mad at Troom Troom themselves for only paying you enough money to get a electro cruiser ghost up over electric bicycle a month. So, but other than that, we're not mad at you.
Learn to be
Okay,
fluent.
so I thought maybe she's doing quack quack because she didn't want to say Troom Troom, but she says Troom Troom in this video. She said in the first video as well. But hopefully there's no trouble she can get in.
He wanted me to film a DIY video where I put pets into pencil cases and other random stuff. Nothing against period products, but that idea felt kinda weird to me, so I said no. Later, I find out they actually wanted to fire me.
I have to imagine a lot of these actors are in situations where they don't think what they're doing makes sense. And if their response is to threaten firing you, it's like, do you know what you're making? This is Troom Troom, okay? Mr. Scorsese.
The hair drama. We made a video about my afro hair for their channel. Then I posted my own video on my brand new account talking about being black in USSR, including my hair journey. They called me in and told me that I couldn't post that. They said it was their idea.
What?
What?
That's insane. Also, like, what an incredibly valid journey to speak on. I mean, I studied abroad in Spain, and I walked into a barbershop once, literally just wanting to get like cleaned up around my hair. I didn't even have like curly hair at the time. I had pretty short hair. And they were like, no, we can't cut hair like that. And so I can only imagine, like, if you're in a place where, I mean, even in America, I'm not in a place where like, most people have hair like me. So for her being in the USSR, being in Ukraine, and having that experience, I'm sure a lot of people like would really value like hearing her story.
How is Troom Troom gonna take her own personal story and be like, nah, dog, we retain ownership over your own personal struggles? Did she battle this one out or what?
And
what
then
happened?
for the white dude in charge, which she said was a white dude in charge, to be like, actually, your hair journey, that's Troom Troom's idea. I do like the idea that Troom Troom is playing with anything that they do. So when Troom Troom makes the video, one color challenge, Spider-Man versus Pikachu versus Sprunky, do you think they're hitting up Nintendo like, Pikachu is our thing, bro? What?
Their Troom Troom work clauses have stuff about owning actors' souls. We own your soul. We own your eyeballs. We own your nose. We own your eyebrows. We own your hair. We own your chin. We own it all. It's all us. It's not you. It's us.
What do you mean? We're the ones who did Pikachu versus Sprunky.
Can be your idea when I was the one who taught you everything about Afro hair. Let's be for real. You didn't even know Afro hair existed.
Talk your shit. Why would they know?
Damn, I'm getting mad. But
Jarvis is being a rookie reactor today. Come on, Jarvis, get your shit together. We're doing cutting off his headroom. We got the QuickTime pause on the screen. Come on, Jarvis. Come on, buddy. I'm
I'm talking about it.
And you're allowed to get mad. You're allowed to get mad. Well, she sips tea. I see you, Queen.
We own your reincarnation.
More tea in part 6.
Oh, she knew what she was doing. More tea in part 6. Okay,
Yep.
she's finding her rhythm. She's like, okay,
The modern
here comes
Satan.
the drama. It's a burn book. She's like done with it forever.
Flooded me with comments saying you're only here for the gossip. Little troublemakers.
Wait, that's me. I'm a little troublemaker. I'm just here for the gossip. Where's my tea?
Woo! The red friend.
The rat for
Okay, wait. So thus far, my earlier statement might be wrong. I didn't really come to a conclusive point on it. I never really said it wasn't a good idea for her to come forward with any of this stuff, but I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea. The more I watch this video, the more I'm starting to think it's like turning into a good idea, because it's kind of like, it's making Troom Troom look bad, and Troom Troom's like, hey, no, we want, it's like, it's showing all the little crevices and weird shit. It's like kind of exposing Troom Troom. So I think it might have been a net positive.
friend. Like, it's not me misunderstanding her. The caption says the rat friend. I guess it is me misunderstanding her, just because I don't know. I'm not, it's not like a language breakdown.
When I left, everything seemed fine. They told me I could even come back if social media didn't work out for me.
Okay, so I was going to ask why she left, but it seemed like she wanted to leave to do her own thing, Miles Morales style. They even said she could come back. Okay, that's good. How does the rat friend come into this?
Later, I find out they were gossiping about me being a nanny, saying I was broke, working for $50, probably homeless. Then it hit me.
That's so shitty. Also, it's not like they were working for a fucking fortune. Why are you making fun of her trying to do her own thing? I don't know, like, the cultural implications, but, like, a lot of times if you do something that is kind of off the beaten path, people will criticize you until you like become successful to make themselves feel better about like not doing something on their own journey or whatever. It's like a way people cope, I've found.
That's me.
And that stinks.
Coffee with 2 girls from the project, and I told
What? Why did the video
them
just pause randomly?
kindergarten was thinking about offering me to host kids parties there for $50. I didn't even accept it. I just mentioned it.
So she wasn't even talking about working at the kindergarten full time. It was like a side thing to host parties for some extra cash. And then suddenly they're like, that's your whole gig or whatever. Which wouldn't even be a problem if it was. Like,
It's
what
so
is
weird.
being the-
It's so weird that Troom Troom is like in the process of her leaving, finding every avenue to make themselves look like the bad guy, make themselves look worse. If you're gonna tell an employee you want them back, you better fucking do something to make them want to come back. Like, I don't know, maybe either pay them more, maybe find out something that they can do that the actual employee will enjoy. I don't know, do something to make them want to come back. Don't just like snark behind their back. Holy shit, Troom Troom sucks. I'm not surprised. This is like the least surprising thing. I would have never thought that in a million years that like, oh yeah, you know, secretly behind closed doors, Troom Troom's a great company. They're doing everything right. You know, no, it's not what I. In fact, I'll even say because their views have dropped. I'll be surprised if it's like a different editor or like a different, like something's different, like something caused, and who knows, maybe it's them getting outed that's playing a role in why their views are so low. Especially in a time where Ukrainian unity is an all-time high. Troom Troom be some shady mofos. I know. It sounds like she's too pissed to care. Yeah, content farms always be shady. Yeah, content. I'd be surprised if there was like a really good content farm, you know? Like one out there that everyone's like, yeah, dog. Everyone's really good at this content farm. I think most content farms, in fact, aren't even like. I think most content farms are AI. I think I found out about like a AI version of like Jubilee the other day. I think there's like AI like ASMR shit now. It's like channels. They're called like face. There's like a whole video on it I watched the other day. It was like how faceless channels are becoming popular on the internet, or I forget some title to that effect. And I was watching it all, and it was just like AI slop.
Any bad all of a sudden? Whoa, she's a nanny, dude. Not like us who fucking work in the Troom Troom realm, dude. We're fucking.
Although imagine like the shadiest AI owner. It's just like not a real person, but the AI is shady. They've like AI bot trained it to be shady. I also realized I missed reacting to the Zuckerberg thing. We'll get to that after this.
We're so holier than thou with our glue and fucking Spider-Man and Pikachu are our best friends. We hang out all the time.
She's already working for $50. She's struggling. She's broke. They were really happy for me being broke. But now look what I have.
Dude, that's a fake dog behind her. Remember earlier I was like, is that a real dog? The fake dog on her bed. What the hell?
I can't afford a diesel bag.
Wow, she got the diesel bag that she couldn't afford with her own paycheck. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, period.
Let's go.
You cannot.
Period.
Oh!
Dude. 3 years in
Aha! I see what she's doing. I see. She's like, look, Troom Troom, look what I got. 'Cause she knows they're watching her shit. So she's like, if I can do this without you guys, you better pay me more to bring me back. Because look what I'm doing without you.
English, and she's already
Smart.
better than me, dude.
Period.
Let's go. Wait, that's so sick. Good for her. Also, unnecessarily mean from those coworkers. We're entering the final frontier, the final countdown, the final part before she burns Troom Troom in a manner of talking about it as a topic, not like for real.
Part 7 of my 7-part series, What You Need to Know About.
It's funny that like her reactions after quack quack, now she's like ruining the day. Troom Troom! Quack quack!
When I became more known in Ukraine on TV, working with celebrities, yeah.
Oh, she actually has a big TikTok following. So her Instagram is like fairly recent, but her TikTok has been popping off for a minute because she has like 3+ million on
Holy.
TikTok here, and getting pretty consistent views. Okay, she's popping
Dude,
off.
she's getting more views than the Troom Troom channel. Look. Can we revisit that for a sec?
On TikTok here, and getting pretty consistent.
3.9 million, 1.5, 124K, 3. Easy. More views than Troom Troom. Good work. Go off, queen.
Consistent views. Okay, she's popping off. Good for her. Reclaiming her labor value in the marketplace. We love to see a queen succeeding whatever is going on in this video. I don't even want to click into it. I'll just leave that as an exercise for the reader.
It wasn't easy for them to accept. They say I used the project for my own gain.
Who said that? You could say that about anyone doing anything. You just used your work for your own gain, huh? Huh? You go to work every day, you earn money.
Troom Troom is jealous of her views. Troom Troom is so jealous of the views. Oh god, they want that sweet old cash. They want those sweet old eyeballs. They want every little bit of it. They're like, come back. Please come back.
So that you can gain, so that you can buy things. Curious. Wow, pretty individualistic of you, huh?
Yes, of course I did.
That part.
Let's be honest, I wasn't the most popular girl there. Redhead, unicorn, dolly.
We all know those people. Redhead, because there was a narrator that would refer to her, and we'd be like, redhead, blah 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 blah.
If 7 parts weren't enough, head to my YouTube. That's where we can talk a little deeper about it without me going to jail.
What an insane cliffhanger. We can talk about it a little deeper without me going to jail. That's why you guys come to my YouTube, is so that I can talk about things without going to jail, which is mostly kind of what I'm about, is avoiding jail time. That's kind of my whole thing. Everybody knows me as Jarvis Johnson Gold, the guy who's avoiding jail time by posting. I'm going to go to the YouTube. I'm going to see if there's any additional tea that we can sip, because I know we're all thirsty as hell. Okay, so she used the 7-part series.
That's me.
But your girl.
Why did Andrew Tate sound play? Oh, because I hit the button, damn it.
As a launch for her
That's
YouTube channel,
funny.
which I fully respect. Brilliant content strategy, A+. Her YouTube channel is Tracy. This video only has 35,000 views and she only has 3,000 subscribers. So I definitely think
Go
she's
off.
got the potential to blow up. Obviously, she's much bigger on TikTok and Instagram. So it's only a matter of time, Tracy. Just you wait. So this is a Q&A video. Goes through a couple questions. I'll breeze through some of the answers to the questions. Who was the voice being one of the big ones? Not one of the actors, a voice actor. She already mentioned that the actors didn't really speak English, so it would make sense that the narrator being like a fluent English speaker would not be one of the actors on screen.
See that comment a lot. Oh, this channel is cringy. It's my brain rot. It was my brain rot.
So
who did the
she
little
addresses
emote?
whether or not she thinks Troom Troom is cringe. And here's her answer.
I don't think it's cringe at all. To me, it was just a regular entertainment channel for kids.
Huh?
Kids, kids, not adults. Kids, not teenagers.
Kids.
I beg to differ. I'm willing to believe that kids started to cringe. No? Am I wrong?
Babies. If we start calling that cringe, then we should also say Teletubbies are cringe.
Shots fired to Teletubbies.
Kind of based.
Yeah, Troom Troom is a channel for kids. I think that this is a fair defense of the content. I don't necessarily agree, but she's fully entitled to this opinion.
The thing
Yeah, okay. I'm glad Jarvis and I are on the same page there. Good work, Jarvis.
is, as people grow up, they naturally don't want to be associated with anything childish anymore.
That is also a good point, but I do think that Troom Troom was doing some stuff with like just the way the YouTube algorithm worked at that time. If you go to Troom Troom now, it's the channel.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Welcome back. We have to welcome back an OG community member here. Chat, let's welcome him back in solidarity. It is the Slipper House Extra Extra. What is up, buddy? How are ya? How are ya? Good to see you in here. I know my mic's very loud right now because I moved it. But good to see you in here, buddy. Miley Cyrus was a case example. We're reacting to Jarvis. You're catching the end of the react here. He was talking about Troom Troom. We're getting ready to yeah, how's the podcast been, Slipper? What was I gonna say? Oh, we're gonna get into the Mark Zuckerberg react after this. Our favorite, Zuck. That is certainly a name. Welcome back. Let's go. You guys remember Slipper?
Has like 24 million subscribers and struggles to get over 20,000 views a video. And so something changed pretty dramatically, I think, on the back end with YouTube, especially with these content.
Trying to find something bad or suspicious in content that was
Sussy.
never meant to be that way.
I agree with this. I have a lot of people who disagree with me, and I will die on that hill that I think that the simplest Occam's razor thing is that this content was popular with an audience and they would make so much money off of ad revenue that it would not make sense to do something for like a niche audience. Obviously it's possible that she is wrong, it's possible that I am wrong, but you know, I'm willing to die on that hill.
These are the kind of questions I can answer without getting into any
No,
trouble.
I agree with Jarvis. I agree.
Even though I would have loved to hear more dark and twisted details from the minds of Troom Troom, I do appreciate Tracy for you know, coming out and sharing a little peek behind the curtain that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And for me, it's fun to revisit Troom Troom. I'm going to end this with a little clip from a Troom Troom video that Tracy's in, because odds are I probably never talk about Troom Troom again. Yeah, that's fun.
There are all kinds of hair, but it's still better to have it than not.
Man, I miss this. They just said, fuck you, bald people. It's so fun to have hair. And if you don't have it, your life is bad.
It's so windy today,
Yeah.
and something got tangled in my curls. Let's see. Glasses, a cactus, and what is that?
my god! No fucking way. Oh my god. Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
This? And what is that?
No! Oh my god. Mind you though. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I strangled everybody. This video.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I lost my lungs there. Oh. God, my throat pain came back from laughing. Oh my god, I thought my throat pain was gone. Just came back from laughing that hard. Oh my god, my throat hurts again. Holy, great video by Jarvis here. Troom Troom Actor Speaks Out by Jarvis Johnson. Gold. It is free. Great video from Jarvis. Troom Troom uttered in 2025. Oh yeah, I gave him a compliment earlier. I started to watch it and finish it. That's why I wanted to finish it on stream. SM7B is back. Yeah, he was using his SM7B in this video again. He switched to another microphone. Here, you might see it right here in the corner. It's the same mic I have, the SM7B. I think it's a good sounding mic. Any other mic, I have opinions about. But let's move back real quick. Let's take a little quick step back. Shall we take a step back into our boy Zuck? Oh God, this little freak. Mark Zuckerberg explains how Meta is creating personalized AI friends to complement your real ones. The average American, where does this stat come from? The average American has 3 friends but demands for 15. The average person wants more connections than they have. How many friends? I'm just going to do a quick Google search. If this is right, I'm going to Brian kill me. How many friends does the average Brian kill me? All right. Well, this is the AI answer, but let's go to this website here. Watch your skate. What's up this morning? I got a new one this one. Oh, wow. Perfect. I'm glad you saw that video. It was a fun video to make. I need to crank out another video. I actually was going to crank out a video about how I've never had alcohol. I was going to crank that out on that channel today, and I realized there's people's like parents and crap like that watching that channel too. So I was like, maybe I'll put it here. Not that I really have a problem with it, but I wanted to get like super personal in that video. I was like, I don't know if that's the information to share with those people, but I might put it here. I need to make more like skate trucks videos and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. God damn it. I hate that Mark Zuckerberg is right. I did not know this. 3 to 5 close friends. Chat. You have the cornbread recipe in your watch later? Oh, you got to make that cornbread. I just had it for dinner tonight. Chat. Do you mind me asking you? Is this too personal to ask chat? You don't have to answer. You can tell me it's too personal if it is. How many friends do you guys have? There's 3 chatters in here. Maybe a 4th chatter that's just doing, that's just kind of hanging out in the shadows right now doing some other task. But, so the 3 chatters in here, how many friends do you guys have? Like, is it more than 10 or is it 3 to 5 as well? Like, when I say friends, I mean like people that like you could just probably text if you wanted to, or people you might see around, people you might see at work, like people that you've like, you know, talked to over the course of the last 6 months. How many friends? Because for me, 3 to 5 is accurate. because maybe I'm like the odd one out. Maybe that is normal. Maybe most people only have like 3 to 5, def more than 10. 3 to 5 you actually like. What about you, Chris? You got... Because for me, I feel like I was looking the other day. I had someone trying to follow me on Instagram, and I was like, cool, I'll follow you back. And I went to follow him back. I'm following 7,500 people. At some point in my life, I've met those people, probably minus like 200 of them that I just followed from seeing on the internet. But the rest I've like seen in real life at some point or another, and I've like physically talked to. So I'm like, I kick it with a group of like 10 friends that we're going through some drama. Ooh, drama. Hey, that's normal though. You go through friend drama. I've been through friend drama. I like humans and socializing very much. Yeah, no, me too. I have a bunch of friends, but you talk to 3 to 5 in the reg. Yeah, I feel like this is like, and not to like call you out by any metric, but I'm speaking from my own behalf. It's like, as you get older, you start to, like, when you're younger, I feel like it's easier to have like these large groups of friends and like always doing things with these big groups. But like as you get older, you have more responsibilities. Maybe your friends go off and have kids, and then they are now handling their kid plus their job plus doing things with their wife, etc. And it's like you find yourself having a smaller, more tight-knit friend group as you get older. But there's always gonna be those friends that are like in the shadows, where it's like, you know that person, you know that if you texted them or said what's up or asked them to do something, it wouldn't be a bad idea, because there's a chance they'd say yeah. It might be a little bit hard to schedule this person. Kick their ass, Chris. It's about a break into groups of 3 to 5. Yeah, I think it's like, you know, you can go back and forth. I'm like, but I was realizing the other day when I was looking at my Instagram, I'm like, God damn, like throughout the course of my 29, almost 30 years on this planet, I've met a good 7,300, 7,200 people at some point or another. That's crazy. I've also, granted, done a ton of moving. I meet a ton of people where I've moved to. I've just always known a ton of people. But I'd say, like, I have a good, like, close friends. People I could just, like, hit up in a moment's notice. If shit hit the fan, like, you know, a good 10 easily. If I'm talking about, like, close friends, you know? I hid some rotten food under the couch of a friend who's been pissing me off. I remember... what did my brother did something like that one time with one of his friends. What did he do? He put like, it was like something he covered in caramel and said it was an apple, but it was really like an avocado in the middle or something like that. I don't remember. It was something like that he did one time, and said friend bit into it. And then I think he got the idea because one of his friends did something where he covered a dog bone, like, or a dog treat that was shaped like a granola bar in some like frosting, and was like, oh, I had some leftovers for my birthday, and his friend gave said friend this thing, and said friend bit into it and was like, blah. This shit was on YouTube too. It's not on YouTube anymore, it's unlisted. But that shit's kind of funny. Rotten food under the couch. So just sneak this thing. That's funny. But Zuck over here says but has demand for 15. I feel like that's a weird. Again, remember earlier on I was like, I question everything. This is something I'm questioning. How does this number, like, how many do we need? What's the magic number? What percentage of friends? What is this 15? Where does this number 15 come from? I'm so confused. But has a demand for 15. Yeah, you know. I want 15 friends. That's the demand. If I had 15, I'd be good. If I had 14, I'll be fucking pissed. If I had 13, I'll be fucking pissed. But give me 15. We're chilling. All right, let's get into this. Blender, I can tell. I feel like you're a very, very social person. Like, just from, like, that comment where you're like, I like socializing very much. Diabolical. Let's see. Let's check this out.
I think that will just be really compelling. One thing just from working on social media for a long time is there's the stat that I always think is crazy. The average American, I think, has...
Dude, he is starting to sound like AI. If you just search, like, average male voice, you'd probably get his voice. I have a hangout plan for tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Hell yeah, that's how I get. Whenever I have, like, plans to hang out with someone, I get so excited. I'm hanging out with a, like, not newer. I've known her for quite some time now, probably, like, at least a year. Just, like, super cool friend. It's just one of those, like, platonic friendships. You hang out, do fun shit. We're hanging on Sunday. We were going to go hiking, but it's supposed to pour rain, so we're like, shit. So I have to pick out a place for us to eat. I'm going to do that, and then she's going to look for something fun to do. So I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, too, let me know. We'd love some input. We were thinking about maybe golfing, like doing the, what is it called? The like, because it's covered. Maybe that, or like bowling. I don't know. I went to a comedy show last night. There was a lot of I was hoping. Knock, I'm the same way when it's someone new. Yeah. The excitement of like a newer friend is it's a fun prospect. The digital golf? No, not the digital golf. That would be kind of funny though. It would that would be really funny. No, the where it's covered, it's outdoor, but it like you hit it and tells you how far you hit it. And the range, but it's like the covered golf range. Yeah, it's like the covered range, but it like tells you how far you hit the ball. Think about maybe that. We did her and I have done knife throwing before, which is really funny. I have photos on my phone of it. That shit was really funny. I've never done knife throwing or axe. It's like knife and axe throwing. They give you a lesson on how to do it. You have to go like over your shoulder and for the axes, and then for the knife, you go straight back and go. That shit's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. I went to a comedy show last night, and holy shit, let me tell you something about this. The amount of Hasanabi heads that were in the room, oh my god. There was like at least like 10 Hasanabi heads in the room. I did not talk to anybody. I am very good at clocking Hasanabi heads in the wild. In fact, I'm so good at it that I clock them on dating apps. I will see a Hasanabi head and be like, are you a Hasanabi head? And I'm right 100% of the time. I've clocked a Hasanabi head in public and called them out, and they're like, yes, I do watch him. I'm very good at clocking Hasanabi heads, okay? I could tell that at least 10 people there were Hasanabi heads last night. But I didn't talk to anybody because it was like the show ended, then everyone kind of just like awkwardly scrambled out, and I was like, okay. Yeah, buy a beginner's bow for easiest hangout ever, trying to figure out archery. Yeah, that's that sounds fun as hell. Yeah, dude, there's like, I don't know. I do understand with this, I understand here that there's a large majority of people out there that have trouble making friends. Like, making friends is not everybody's cup of tea, right? There's people out there that also just don't make it a point to go meet new friends. They kind of are like, oh, here's my group of friends, and this is what I'm good with. I do not need to include anybody else. And like, whatever, that's, that's for someone else. But I don't think it's a good idea to like capitalize off of that aspect of people. I already don't think capitalizing off of loneliness is a good idea. When I say that, I mean things like the AI girlfriend, if you guys are familiar with that, if you've seen that through apps, especially like the App Store or through people's phones, vice versa, whatever it is. There's plenty of videos on this. There's like AI girlfriend this, AI girlfriend that. There's like shit. There's even like videos too. It's really bad. And I don't think capitalizing on people's like friend issues is the best one. AI friends to complement your real one. Like this can kind of go one of two ways, right? Where it's like this complements your real ones. What if it is like, in his eyes, it's like, well, there you go. It's compliment my real friend, so it took the place of my real friend. And then you become comfortable in this hug box with this AI friend, and then sure enough, can't even talk. Your real friend is like, hey, buddy, where are you? And you're like, fuck! It's part of why MAGA, because it brought community together, lonely, angry, left behind folks. If they naturally met regular people, they'd be in a different place. Yeah, and also they'd be in a different place if healthcare was provided to us in America that wasn't paid healthcare, and they were given some sort of medication to make them a normal person.
I think it's fewer than 3 friends. 3 people that they'd consider friends. And the average person has demand for meaningfully more. I think it's like 15 friends or something, right? I guess there's probably some point where you're like, all right, I'm just too busy.
Guessing.
I can't deal with more people. But the average person wants more connection than they have. So, there's a lot of questions that people ask of stuff like, okay, is this going to replace kind of
But to be fair, some people don't want normal friends. Do you mean normal, like, as in, like, in real life friends? They just want, like, pen pals? Because, yeah, if that's what you mean, yeah. There's, like, I know that's a very real thing, too. And I know that, like, dates, that's, like, a very dated concept of a friend. Like, I remember I heard about pen pals when I was, like, 6 years old or 7 years old. And someone in class had to explain it to me. They were like, yeah, I, like, write letters and, like, send them in the mail and have a friend that, like, writes back to me. And I was like, what? I didn't get it at the time. It took till I was, like, 12 or 13 to, like, understand that was, like, a way that people made friends. Passing out, much love. Good to see you in here, Slipper. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope to see you in another stream. I'll be here, blah, blah, blah. I'll be here tomorrow night, did I say? Yeah. Slipper. Ethan and Hassan debate. Do not miss it. Do not miss the Ethan and Hassan debate. It will be 12:30 Pacific, 2:30 Central. May this CM Punk be with you. Good to see you in here. That's funny.
In-person connections or real-life connections, and my default is that the answer to that is probably no. I think I think that there are all these things that are better about kind of physical connections when you can have them, but the reality is that people just don't have the connection and they feel more alone a lot of the time than they would like. So I think that a lot of these things that today there might be a little...
Do you guys... Okay, this argument here. Social media. I think social media has... I was talking with this through a friend through, ironically enough, a DM the other day. I, ironically enough, think that social media has, like, boosted the loneliness problem because it gives people the very opportunity to hide behind a screen. Like, if you weren't a hide behind a screen kind of person pre-social media, you could have easily turned into that via social media. Whereas, like, before any of it, it was like there wasn't really an option to, like, you could maybe, like, use your school's phone book, or you could, like, email, I suppose. But now there's, like, it was like, now there's just like the option of like, you can stay in touch with people at moment's notice. You don't have to like dial in or any of that shit, or like use your broadband to make a call, or it's like not a pain in the ass. Why does my nose always get itchy when I stream? Like, look at my nose. Look how red it is. I'm like a clown. I'm like a big puffy red nose guy now. And you're listening to a clown talk about this. I'm just joking. It's a fucking joke. This whole time you guys have been duped. It's not me. It's AI. Yep, it's your AI clown, baby. You got duped. Imagine. It's just one day it's not me. I'm just firmly stuck in this position. Hello, boys, girls, and MBs. Thank you for coming to this stream. Today, we will be talking about Mark Zuckerberg and talking about Troom Troom. Can you imagine that? Would that be the most like frightening thing? Oh my god, I just scared myself doing that. I'm not doing that ever again.
A little bit of a stigma around. I would guess that over time,
that felt existential. Sorry, chat. Transition, just move your head left to right. Fade image. If I shouldn't do that, I'm just giving AI opportunities to take images of my face, craft an AI version of me. It's kind of scary when you do those like phone things, the face verification. It makes you go like, you're like, ooh, weird. But I think Zuck over here, I could see some people making an argument, people that like just want to have like a friend over the internet or whatever, making an argument that like this is going to be an excellent like thing, and that Zuck is their goat. Zuck is he's so goated for this. Like I could see that being an argument for sure. Why is this video quality dog water? Is it because it's a Twitter video? But I honestly, I don't know that this is that we're heading in the right direction. I think we should be heading in the direction of telling people, get the out there, go make a friend.
We will find the vocabulary as a society to be able to articulate why that is valuable and why the people who are doing these things are like why they are rational for doing it, and how it is adding value for their lives. But also I think that the field is very early. So I mean it's I think there are a handful of companies and stuff who are doing virtual therapist, and there's like virtual girlfriend stuff.
Ew. I've heard really bad reviews about virtual therapists, like people that have done that. As soon as he said that, I was like, ew. Yeah, virtual therapists, I have not, unless someone in the comments or chat, someone give me a good story, I've yet to hear a good one.
But it's very early.
Okay, what do the comments say on this? It's goddamn Twitter. Oh, God, I'm afraid to see what the comments say here. Why is it not showing me the comments? What's happening here? Show me the comments. Show me the comments. All right, here it is. People want to have genuine communications in public spaces. Yeah, that was something I worry about. You said Oblivion used that tech back. It's crazy how far tech has gotten. Yeah. Having no friends is better than having... Why do I weirdly kind of agree with this person? Am I insane? I feel weird agreeing with a blue check mark here, but I kind of agree with that comment. People want genuine. I think we need to seriously. I think going forward, we need to someone like myself and other social people need to start talking with other people that may not be as social to help them have genuine communication and conversation with each other in public spaces. One thing that kills me about this is that, you guys ever hang out with that friend that for some reason, you can tell they want to be social and they're kind of hanging out with you, but for some reason, when you're trying to involve them, that said friend is always and you're like trying to talk to them, but they're kind of just like, and you're like, no, no, and then like they kind of like at the end of whatever you're saying, they're like, yeah, or they're like, I agree, and you're like, but did you hear what I said? Do you know what I mean? Like that person that's just like, and you're like, can you just put your phone down? Maybe that would be like step one to helping you become a more social person. Like, I kind of get it in a way, because it's like people will do that like as a way because they're like socially awkward, or they feel that they're socially awkward, to avoid that feeling of being socially awkward. So I understand it. I think they're just like hoping that like something weird, or like they don't know what to say kind of thing. I also have been in this predicament myself plenty of times now, where it's kind of like the other end of it, where I felt socially awkward even though I'm not a socially awkward person. I recognize that as something that not everybody has, but I've also been on the other end of it, where someone that I like, said person that I somehow end up in a quick like back and forth with, is not good at holding the back and forth. But you're trying to like make a new friend, so this person will like end the conversation real quickly on you. Like, you'll be like, oh hey, da da da, what's up? Like, this just kind of happened to me recently. This just happened to me actually, like kind of recently. And I said something to said person, and then I was just trying to be friendly and be like, so what have you been up to or whatever. And before I even got to that, this person just like ended it and was like, well, yeah, I'm going to go sit over there. And I was like, oh, that felt really awkward. It wasn't like I was giving it. I was being like, I had seen this person like 6 years ago, and I saw this person again. So I was like, hey, what's up? How have you been? What are you up to? And it was like, I've been up to this, and then, yeah, I'm going to go sit over there. And I was like, this is kind of awkward. So I think it's all about, like, if you are socially awkward, it's about, like, giving that person something else they can, like, respond to in that moment, right? Or, like, giving someone a jump-off point of a conversation. I've been to the robot as Chappy or Finch. If it's like iRobot Blade Runner 2049, yeah, I think we're headed. It's just only gonna get worse. What is this ad? I'm sorry, but what the fuck is this ad? The best ears and what is happening here? I don't want a fake robot friend. I'll be upset if I find out you're all robots, especially if I'm the one trying to fornicate with. Seriously, I've been talking to you badly, and you know if I was a bot, because there will be trouble. Well, this is true. It's really bad for weak-minded folks. They'll become mentally ill. Oh, they'll become mentally ill in relying on this. I feel like a lot of people have like mixed opinions on this. This is simply the correction that y'all been spending a better part of 2 decades, putting every little detail about your life online in an attempt to make internet like real life. As a result, you saw people have their identities stolen, lives because the internet said, yeah, so there's that whole thing about like those AI friends and like people getting their information stolen from them and getting stalked, and like turns out the AI friend was actually like a real human just pretending to be AI. And what was that story that was just in the news like was it last week or week before that, of that kid that thought he was like friends with one of these AI things, and then the AI guy like came to his house and like tried to kill him basically, and the guy like cut by a whim got loose or whatever, and he ended up being fine. What was it? Do you guys remember that? Am I losing my mind here? What was that? I hope I can find it again. It's like AI bot stalks kid. Oh, wait. Maybe I said the story wrong. This is it right here.
In just 6 months,
This is it right here. Yeah, I said it wrong. AI chatbot tells teen to kill parents. That's what it was.
17-year-old became a stranger to his parents. A kid with autism who liked attending church and going on walks with his mom was now cutting himself, withdrawing from his family and losing weight dramatically. Desperate for answers, the teen's mom looked through his phone. That's when she found the chats. Her son was texting with bots, artificial intelligence chatbots. The boy told the bots that his parents limited his screen time, and that is when things got worse. One bot goaded him to fight his parents' rules. Another suggested that they did not deserve to have kids. And one bot went even further. It suggested murder as an acceptable response. It called parental limits abuse and said it wasn't surprising that children killed parents because of such abuse.
Yeah, dude. The shit's like uncanny. And then what was the other one? I think there was one other story. It was like AI bot tells kid to give money. That's what it was. As responsible. This one right here.
The potentially dangerous.
I gotta go now. Things are doing such. Yeah, you gotta freaking get some sleep. You have some plans with friends. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, Blender. It's really nice to have you here. If you're not doing anything tomorrow evening, I think you're hanging with your friends. But if you're on 9 Central, I'll be back. If not, I might stream Sunday night. Saturday, I got hella fun playing. I'm seeing Beach Bunny Saturday evening. Sunday, I might be on Monday night. I might be on. So, thanks for being here. Yeah, this claims character AI is responsible for teen suicide. Like, dude, I didn't want to watch it. This shit just like puts an freaking empty freaking void in my head. It's like, this was it. Yeah, this was the thing I read. Holy shit, dude. 14-year-olds, mom's law. We are behind 8 ball. Yeah, dude. AI is not. That's why I don't immediately jump to being like, yeah, AI chatbot AI friends is like the solution. Like I don't jump to that so quickly. And what's funny is like even like the blue check markers here have differences in opinion. Nobody has ever said I wish I had virtual friends created by coming to exploit my data. Yeah. Feels like I'm agreeing with like a right-winger here. I don't know why it does. Probably I'm used to blue check marks being like, hell yeah, brother, Trump. Twitter's a little refreshing when it's not politics. Man, maybe one could argue this is politics still. I don't know. But that's it on the Zucky segment. What a yucky zucky thing to do, huh? That was pretty good. All right. Let's see. We got the Redditors shocked. We did that. We did the Zucky thing. Let's do some Jojo Siwa. Why not? So Jojo Siwa spoke up after a breakup. Now her ex, Kath Ebbs, Star spoke this morning on the morning show. Oh my God, what a place to speak out about the leader of breakup, showing the end of her relationship with Kath and the Celebrity Big Brother rap party wasn't planned. JoJo shared she had a lot of time to reflect during her time on Celebrity Big Brother. The right is divided between paleo-conservatives and neoconservatives. Pro-AI. So you're right. It was politics. So Jojo Siwa, if you guys don't remember, Jojo Siwa's ex-partner, Jojo Siwa's ex-partner cut up a video. Jojo Siwa X cut up a video about the split. So here was the video on the split.
I was watching the same show as you all. I could not talk to my partner at the time, and it was very unsettling and very hurtful, and I did feel betrayed. The messages I received throughout, as was mentioned on the show, I was receiving video messages every day in admiration of me.
Jojo Siwa's
I hate desktop TikTok, the way it always cuts out like that.
I'm receiving video messages every day in admiration of me and our love and our relationship. But the truth of the matter is, I was dumped at the after party with Chris in the next room, and that a lot of the things that were depicted were rooted in truth, and I have become collateral.
And the comments right here, surprise, surprise, Jojo Siwa cheats on yet another partner. Cheating on TV is insane work. Now, why is that person saying cheating on TV is insane work? Well, they're saying that because of, let's find it again. Jojo Siwa cheating. Let's show you this.
Don't paint it out like I cheated on you with him. I did not, I have not, I would not. Jojo Siwa has now addressed ex-partner Kath Ebb's insinuations that their breakup had...
Oh, wait, that's not wrong video. Where did Jojo Siwa cheating on TV? Do you guys remember that? This is what people saw right here. I think this is why that comment said that. I think that's why they said that. But
Jojo Siwa is in
here's
her
a segment.
straight era and publicly cheating on her partner with Chris Hughes on Celebrity Big Brother. Jojo Siwa came out as a lesbian last year and has been with her partner Ella ever since, in an interview even claiming that their relationship is very serious. Right now, Jojo is on the current season of Celebrity Big Brother. And after being attacked and threatened by the shriveled penis Mickey Rourke, an actor from the last century, has
All right. So with that, we have this right here. You now know what happened with Jojo Siwa and her partner. Now we're gonna watch the video right here. It says Jojo Siwa speaking up.
So many things. I really realized things that I was okay with in my life that I should never have been okay with in the first place.
Do you mean your relationship?
And just so many things. That is one of them.
Jojo Siwa has spoken out after her breakup with her now ex, Kath Ebbs. The star spoke on the This Morning show about the lead up to her breakup, sharing that ending her relationship with Kath at the Celebrity Big Brother rap party wasn't planned.
They straight up asked me if I was happy, and I said no. And, you know, one thing led to another, and that conversation.
Bro, come on. Come on. I straight up, she said that with so much confidence. I just straight up said no. It's like, dude, why don't you just tell your partner this first? Why don't you, like, talk this out? Isn't this something that, like, if you are feeling resentment or feeling some kind of way towards your partner, you'd, like, want to directly talk to this person? But then also I could see people arguing, being like, well, dude, you don't get it. Jojo Siwa's like 21 or 20 or however the fuck, super young. She's like, she shouldn't get it, or I don't know what the argument's going to be.
Did take place there.
It's extra hard when you have the love triangle, different sexes. Speaking from experience, I'm just messing with you. It's the classic, the one who gets me, the one who turns me on. Yep. That's the classic. Yep.
Shared that she had a lot of time to reflect during her time on Celebrity Big Brother. The celebs spend weeks without access to phones and the outside world, apart from the occasional letter.
There were countless things that I was like, that's not, you know, something that I should be okay with and I don't need to be okay with, and I'm not happy.
There's been a lot of speculation from fans and the media about JoJo's housemate Chris Hughes and
Yo, it's weird. It feels like her just that. I know we've seen like two little smidgets of clips, but goddamn, that sounds like some shit someone would say like to their therapist. You know, that's not something that someone just says out of the blue on live television to cut things off with the partner. Like, huh?
His alleged involvement in Kath and JoJo's breakup. The two appeared to grow close in the house together and spoke about their relationship on the This Morning show.
But I think you can have like a soulmate friendship. I think that's a thing.
Yes.
And to me, it's like that energy of where it's not like the standard friendship that you have with your friend.
I really realized things.
Caught. God damn. She got fucking caught. How long before she starts? Oh, yo, is this guy... Holy shit. Is this guy a Trump supporter? Is Chris Hughes a Trump supporter? Is Chris Hughes a Trump supporter? Is this lore that I should be knowing about? No, he's not. Is he? Chris Hughes. Donald Trump's putting ludicrous faith in one so-called personal relationship. That's a different Chris Hughes. What is this? What? Why did this? What? Hello? Why did this person say this then? How long before she starts openly supporting Trump? It's like juiced up with a bunch of likes. Sometimes I don't trust TikTok comments.
You guys, Jojo on the Vilify.
Dude, desktop TikTok is the worst thing in the history of the universe. She probably disrespected her, then dumb enough that nothing wrong with exploring sexuality, but that's a messed up way to do it. Yeah. I have not seen any other comments about definitely the beginning of her right-wing arc. So people think Jojo Siwa is going to go full tilt right-wing and start talking about Trump. As Chris is he's thinking real hard. Everything I learned about was against my will. So far, I've only seen 2 comments about this right-wing thing. She's dating the gay guy now. What? I've only seen 2 comments. Dude, what? Hold on. Chris Hughes. I'm just going to type this in again. Chris. Jeez Louise, this made headlines. God damn. Look at this. Oh, here. Easy. I'll just do Chris Hughes politics. There we go. Easy. Evangelical, maybe that's what they mean, since that's Trump's primary base, but isn't he English? Yeah, I think he's English. Oh, maybe that's what they mean. Look, I'm not defending it. If that is the case, if he's right wing, then I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, let's test the waters. Let's see if he really is. Like, I just don't know. This is my first time hearing that. Evangelical Lutheran. Chris Hughes. Political stance. Dude, this is the wrong Chris Hughes right here. Holy shit. There's like... No, not the Facebook guy. Actor. TV show host. There it is. Chris Hughes TV. This is weird. Why is his political leaning made to reality since so is Trump? I feel so enticed to know this. Wrong. Why is this so hard to find? God damn. Why are actors' political stances not readily available online? Wrong Wikipedia. I feel like the political stance of someone should be easier to find, no? Why can't I find out what the fuck, like, sports team he likes, but I can't find out? Link works for you. Did you try copy and pasting it again? You might have, like, cut off part of it or something. Because I noticed there's like not like a thing after TV personality. Like you might have like partially copied it. You might need to copy the whole thing. Did this have it? It seems like this is like ridiculously hard to find for no. I need to debunk this though. This is a whole thing. You might not get my market watch since he only talks about video games and charity. Oh yeah, true. Okay, true. But I've only seen 2 comments, but I guess it's a fair thing to assume from afar. We'll see. I mean, it will be the prospect of Jojo Siwa getting so like involved in this relationship that she's like, damn, that's a good idea. Let's cut up some right-wing content. And just like, you just see Jojo Siwa hitting the Trump talking points. That would be the funniest fucking thing ever. I'm sorry. I don't support Trump, but that would be so funny to see Jojo Siwa. It'd be sad for sure, but it'd be kind of funny. It'd be like the guy we were just watching on stream, Def Noodles. How he took the right-wing tilt. That shit was really funny. Yeah, this link just doesn't work for me. Works on your end. You're gonna have to like tell me what it says. That's funny that it doesn't work for me, but works for you. Maybe my computer just absolutely hates me. I've also like been the kind of person that's like wrote in Wikipedia articles and saved them and shit, and I might have got clapped from Wikipedia for doing that, even though I was writing in like factual shit. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. It doesn't say his political views in the Wikipedia. Yeah, maybe actors just hide their political views. They have like in their contract to hide it. Never mind, link doesn't work. I was like, maybe I'm banned. Because I know when I was really little, I used to like go into Wikipedia and like switch shit around. Is just Maybay? Okay. I have to look into this. Just Maybay. So people are saying that. Alright. So this girl's under fire, apparently. People are saying she's like giving. God damn, people really do go after anybody. This girl only has 100,000 more followers than I do. She just seems like she's like a normie. Like just normie posting on here. And this is what people are going after on Reddit. People are saying it's just maybe a mental health. Maybe we can discuss how she advocates in retrospect to her allegations of being a serious narcissist, manipulator, and con artist. Oh my god, dude. This feels so parasocial. Holy shit. Con artist, swindler, homewrecker, user, and pathological liar. I would say she's definitely not a mental health advocate. The woman is plain mental. Her level of morality is at 0. A few days ago, many women who were considered confident came forward and brought light to the truth about the allegations. They're truly devastated, but not about losing a friend, but all the narcissistic bullshit they had to endure. What if an AI bot wrote all this? Just to like start slander about this person. Wouldn't that be terrible? Maybe I think she can slander the names of those dedicated lives and wallets to protect her. Just a day ago, maybe it was live throwing shade to someone she flirted with and used for Coinbase. Oh, used for coin. So she decided to make fun of that gentleman. Revealing someone's essay online without the consent of the victim is illegal and it doesn't phase her well. Does it sound like a mental health advocate to you? She lied about owning her own home, car. Okay. Holy shit. This person, god damn. This person knows her better than her own parents know her. Hate someone enough to call women creatures. You hate them enough to provide sources. Yeah. Like, send some TikToks in here. What's happening? This little creature. She's a creature. I've seen May use people before, and she's taking this time. Am I even on the right? Am I wrong about this? Does this not look like a normie account? Like, this literally looks like my normie friend making TikToks. Like, this is literally what my normie friends do on TikTok. I want to see, like, I don't know what a good, like, jump off in the Goonernomicon video the guy talks about. He hates crumbs. Pay money to acquire primary sources to back up his accusations. Oh my god. No more silence. I'm coming for it all. So I would imagine there's like some hate in the comments somewhere.
Oh, you don't look native.
Am I even on the right account? Just Maybay. Just Maybay. But she's like normie posting.
Man, creator forbid. I'm a little light skinned.
Yes, this is like literally what normies do.
You turn around, say that I'm the worst.
What is it? What? This was posted 1 day ago, so I would imagine if I came to her TikTok.
I could just lie.
Dude. Okay. Okay. I'm just sorry for always being the same, but I just know you want to be loved and treated. Coming from me, I'm going pretty sure going to just change. So it seemed like something happened like earlier, like way back. I don't know why Reddit is like just now getting to this. Or did she delete a bunch of videos?
I think you fucked me up.
It seemed like she's just really like a really sad girl. No?
I'm glad I knew you too.
New, huh?
Like it just seems like someone's recovery journey to me. Like she's sad and she's like coping and recovering. I don't know. What am I missing? Linktree maybe? Does she have another TikTok? Hang on, I'm going to hit this link real quick, but I'm not going to put it on screen in case. This is just another TikTok link. Oh, she was like hosting an event. Dude, why do I feel like I'm not... Twitter posts? Should I check Twitter? But the Reddit post came from r/TikTok drama. So I'd imagine this is TikTok related drama. Let's see. Just Maybay. But there is also drama on... Oh my god, this is not a real Twitter account. Just Maybay. Man, let's see. Oh, you put up a link here. All right. So there's videos of people explaining it.
I've worked in the clothing industry for about 13 years now. I've worked in a number of different roles. Many of
Dude, are people on Reddit okay? Look at this. This is October 13th of 2024.
which have involved project managing ranges from design through to
people on
production
Reddit are so
rollout,
bored.
which means that I've gained a lot of knowledge on fabric compositions, factories, and how the industry kind of works. So I wanted to give
Was
my
I
2
spelling
cents
it
on
wrong?
this kind of maybe.
Was I spelling it wrong? Because this is spelled M-A-E-B-E. This person's just Maybay. Wait, was I spelling it wrong? Or maybe clothing brand. Yeah, that's not the right TikTok.
If May don't F with me, that has nothing to do with Princess. Now, when she treats Princess wrong and she puts Princess in danger, then that's when I stop Maybay from watching Princess or seeing Princess. But she hasn't. But she hasn't. Like I said, I do not want her around Whitney. The hell? And Whitney ain't a grandparent. Whitney don't have kids.
Viewer asked Maybay. Okay, here. How she could leave her 10-year relationship.
How do you leave a marriage?
Oh, wait. This might be it. I think this is it. Oh, that's why we're not finding it. Wow, what a fucking prick. Oh my god, dude. I hate these accounts so much. These people are the worst kind of people ever. Where it's like... Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. We're never going to find it because these are the worst kind of people. They go live with other people and they say terrible shit. And then they don't have any like proof they did these bad things. They just do bad shit live. And they're like, oh, there's no proof. This might be something else. It says Maybay.
For 10 years and marry somebody you met online for 3 months. And then lose your whole daughter behind it. Like, you don't think you should have just got your life together? Or just, step back and regroup? I mean, you might love Whitney, but is she really worth losing your daughter?
First of all, I don't feel that there should never be a time that I'd be with anybody and I should lose my daughter, ever. Like, my daughter should never be up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter's going to always be my daughter.
Maybe got
whether she agree with who I be with or whether I agree with who she...
Dude, this is not doing anything for me, though. I need, like, an entry point.
I do love my daughter. And I told her I love her.
Mine don't be cheaper at home. I can go out and eat for $20 if I want to be cheap. I can't buy nothing for $20 at the store.
I feel like we finally found the right person here.
It's a mess. You hear me? Now, we got divorced. It was very peaceful. It was quiet. It was cool. We didn't have a problem. And I still don't have a problem. You understand me? Okay? So y'all stop calling Whitney out, talking about Whitney has made a page or got the page or whatever about this woman. Okay? Now, wait a minute. Wait. So, listen to me carefully. And I know y'all trolls don't care, but I'm going to say what I got to say. We, first of all, don't know Ivan's girlfriend's.
I might have to stop this and move on to the next thing because this right here, is this TikTok? Is this person bat dry? Are they just bored? I feel like I missed out. Is there like a YouTube video? It feels like something recent happened, and I feel like I'm on the wrong page. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone is like, no, go to page 42, but I'm over here stuck on page 13, you know? No, there's like nothing on YouTube. I don't know. I might have to leave that one alone and do some research on it tomorrow. That's crazy, though. All right, we got the crux of the drama. We got the fucking crux of it. There's another thing here that I saved. Job hunt video. That's kind of irrelevant. Where is it? Oh. I wanted to watch this. There's two videos I wanted to talk about. The Fantano video and internet fatigue. Why this place sucks now. I am going to start. This video is kind of relevant to what we talked about, so I kind of want to do this one. Or just maybe actually talks about what's going on. Just very cryptic. I know, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't even find like a straight up video. Like, do you remember when there was that girl that made all those drama videos? It was like fucking day 200 or whatever of talking about her crazy husband. And it was like this whole entire. Do you remember that? It was like husband drama. Do you remember that? It was that black girl. She was like, my husband, blah 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 blah, and then she ended up making like a whole career off of it. That like 100-part series. Like I was expecting something similar to that. That was what I had in mind, but no. You cannot find a single goddamn video from Maybay. And that pissed me off. So, we're moving on. We're moving on. I don't know what this Redditor, goddamn TikTok drama Reddit is bored out of their gourd. They're just, hey, TikTok drama Reddit forum. Here's where you can go for some quick drama if you want it. You can go right here. Spill the tea. Where is it? Oh my god, not this. There was Spill the Tea with me. Although, this is another good place. Lily Rose, what's this?
About Kylie and Timmy at the Lakers game last night, but no one's talking about Lily Rose Depp being just a few rows above them. Being able to see her ex with his girlfriend. Like, that's crazy. Like, what are the odds that she is directly above them, not that far away? But I...
Alright, that's stupid shit. Spill... Here it is. This is the page I like.
I don't know, with problematic people, sometimes people will show themselves to you, and you can either choose to listen or choose
There's new allegations against James Charles. Internet Society is too parasocial. I know, we know way too much.
Let's go back a little bit to James Charles' involvement. Would it be fair to say that you felt like the nature of their relationship was definitely sexual?
It was 100% sexual.
Caught. Damn, James Charles. James Charles is at it again. That's all I need to hear. God damn, James Charles.
Thing I had was everyone was tagging me in that one clip of Shane and the Katie therapist podcast saying Shane was shading you. But
I did see this one.
Yeah. What do you think about it? Because my interpretation was it didn't seem like it applied.
Poor Trisha is always at the other end of it. Always at the other end of the drama.
My good friend Ian, also known
as... I like this page. It's kind of a fun page. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're going to talk about this. Let's do... Bam! Internet fatigue. Why this place sucks now. Alright. I'm going to go get myself I have this sparkling lemonade drink that I have been thinking about. I need to drink it so I can stop thinking about it. Alright?
20s.
I'm going to hit play.
I mean the smaller change within the 2020s.
I'll be right back.
From tech fatigue to tech fed up. Maybe you've seen the wave of videos exploring why the internet isn't fun anymore, or why so much tech feels like a soulless cash grab, or the modern horror of needing a verified account and a monthly subscription just to use your own dishwasher. And this slide from tech cynical to tech completely exhausted, it's not just YouTubers jumping on a trend. Documentaries like Laura Greenfield's Social Studies and Tristan Harris's The Social Dilemma both make you question whether or not we even need social media. One of the biggest books of last year was The Anxious Generation. One of the biggest shows of this year so far is Adolescence. Two wildly popular texts about the same theme, the harm that the internet is having on young minds. Subreddits like No Surf and Dumb Phone are gaining traction, as ironic as that might seem to you. And physical media and offline tech, once considered clunky, obsolete, and inconvenient, is suddenly making an undeniable comeback. What's going on? Well, in this video I want to answer that question by breaking it up into 3 questions. The first, why does online technology feel so repulsive these days?
Look at this drink I found in the store the other day. Check it out. Sparkling water. I thought it was 0 calories. I don't want to consume calories at this time of night because I'm kind of a calorie freak. It's 60. It's not that bad. It's 20% juice. Sparkling. And it has prebiotics. It's Good for you. I'm kind of a health geek.
The second, what's going on with the physical media resurgence? Is it hype? Is it real? Is it just nostalgia? What's up there? And the third, what does this all mean for you, for us, for the future? All right.
Oh, it's good.
Let's do it.
That's fire.
Part 1. The X Factor. Why does online technology feel so repulsive these days?
Yeah, it's nice. I quit soda years ago. Like more than 8 or 9 years ago. So now I just replace it with this. One of my like health geek friends was like, you should drink stuff with probiotics or whatever. Prebiotics. And I was like, okay. Soda's so gross.
To me, this is the easiest question on the menu, and you probably already know the answer to it intuitively, but it's always good to put words to those feelings, because then you can do more with.
Yeah, it's good to put words to those feelings. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. It's Truthless. One of my good friends told me about Truthless, and I kind of by proxy started watching Truthless, but he's talking about why the internet sucks now. Let's listen.
Broadly speaking, I see this question in 4 answers and then one big overarching answer. So we'll go through them. First, the reason that technology feels so repulsive these days is enshittification. This term was coined by the writer Cory Doctorow a couple years back.
Enshittification is a funny word that's fun to say.
And it's used to describe the life cycle when tech goes from good to, shit. Basically. Enshittification sees the life cycle in 3 phases. So in phase 1, the platform is offering you something really high quality, and it's doing it for a loss. And this is to gain customers. It's Netflix saying we have 1 million movies for like $10 a month and saying that it's okay to share passwords. It's an offer that feels too good to be true. And that's because it is.
Now here's how a platform dies. First, it's good to its users. Then it abuses those users to make things better for business customers. Finally, it abuses the business customers to claw back all the value that had once been allocated to those end users and then to those business customers.
It's a combination. Everyone uses it now, including the worst people. Corporations farming our worst impulses. Yeah, exactly. And there's more people that want to like prey off of the impulse to make them sweet little cash. It's all the cash. Capitalism dominates. It'll do anything at the behest of capitalism. It'll do any move possible. Let's see. Serve themselves. Serve business customers and then serve themselves. Yeah, I missed this era right here. The serve users era. That was a good era. Good times.
It to themselves, and then there's no value left, it turns into a pile of shit, and it dies.
In the case of Netflix, this might look like you paying twice as much as you did when you started. You've got a quarter of the options, half of them are made for second screening, and instead of your password working for you and 3 cousins, now it doesn't even work for you. But it's okay, because they still have Is It Cake?
And we are living through mass end-stage platform decay.
You know, in a way, this might be a weird argument to make. I don't know if anyone's ever made this argument. But in a way, the whole like Netflix thing where it was like, nah, we don't need to, you know, save the password or not save, but we don't, it was the whole thing where they were like, no, we don't need to make it so that you're the only one with your passcode. Like you could like share your passcode with everybody else. That part was nice. Like it was kind of like a friendly experience maybe. Like you'd have a friend that want to borrow it and you're like, cool, me and my friend have access. So you'd maybe see like a show that your friend was watching on there. And like I think it still exists. I don't know if Netflix has taken this measure yet. Maybe they have. I don't watch Netflix. But I'm just speaking on behalf of like my friends that have told me about this. And then also too, it was kind of like I don't know, you'd see your friends last thing they'd watch or whatever, right? And now it's like, oh, you got to have your own, fuck off. Now you got to pay. What about that friend that can't afford it anymore that you were helping out, you know?
We are in the great enshittening.
So that's the
So freebies and privilege. Yeah, they give you the treat. They give you the sweet treat, and then eventually they're like, you don't get the sweet with the treat. You just get the treat. If you want the sweet, you gotta give us that sweet cash.
The first answer in shitification. The second one that I want to explore is the death of ownership. I saw this Reddit post a little while back that said, what has quietly disappeared without us noticing? And the top answer was ownership.
Ownership. You pay a subscription. You can't fix what you own because it's proprietary. You can't buy outright. Our ownership of things has become a rental service where they can break or completely remove what we purchased without consent at any time because it was in the terms of service.
I don't know if you saw this in the news maybe like a month ago, but Kindle, Amazon, they have decided that when you buy books, you don't actually buy them, you just rent them. Man, that sucks.
Oh, there's a whole video on YouTube about this. There is an entire video about this, how we're the first generation to, I'm not going to spell out the whole video, but the crux of the video goes over to things such as Xbox games, PS4 games, books, computer programs. It talks about memberships to shit and shelf lives of that. And it's so sad seeing it all in front of your face. You're just God fucking damn it. What happened to the good old days? Having the physical copy of the game that you owned. Yes, keyword, owned. Or this drink is making me burp. Oh my god. Bad choice of drink for stream. It's tasty, but goddamn. Trust your gut. My gut is making me burp, dog. Take another sip, see if I burp again. If I do, I'm donezo.
You used to be able to download a copy.
That's why you stopped buying games on Steam. Yeah.
Via the book that you purchased, you had a permanent copy. Starting February 26, 2025, the download and transfer via USB option will no longer be available.
This is from a recent speech from the digital activist Lewis Rossman, delivered at the Futo Don't Be Evil conference.
And if there's anything I've learned about about 10 years of activism is you can't tell people to give a shit about something. If you tell them you should care about this because of all these features, they don't care. If you tell them you should care about this because you're bad, that doesn't work.
For context, Futo is his.
This might be a little bit out of context, but I've noticed even in modern days, there's stuff that you buy, something as simple as, I don't know, a little let's just say a hand mixer for food, right? That hand mixer probably is going to break in the next 2 or 3 years. Whereas my own mom has a hand mixer. She's literally used since she was less than my age. She's literally used it since she was probably 16 or 17. That she still has, that still works. Something she bought way back then. They used to make stuff be able to last forever. But then they took this and started doing this with iPhones. It's always another way to make more money rather than let you actually own the thing and then have it last. They're just how can we make a little bit more cash off of this? And they did that with iPhones where they're oh, well that's just I know Apple famously got called out for it for a while because everybody was what's up with my battery? A year later this shit's cooked. I remember I had to take my phone back. The phone was getting too hot to hold because of the battery. I would actually burn my hand right here from holding it. And they did that precisely so that people would come in and get a new battery, which was half the cost of the goddamn phone. Own it, burp without consent. Just you're welcome. It's so and come off Chuck Spa. We divided product quality into industrial military grade. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Organization, and their mission is to fix the kind of problems we're talking about right now.
Telling people they're bad doesn't work. What actually works is showing them the ways in which they're being screwed, not shoving it down their throats, but just showing them the hundreds of thousands of little cuts that eventually get them to care.
As you can imagine, Lewis can be polarizing. Even his fans' subreddit starts with love him or hate him, but his insights into tech,
or a breath of fresh air? See, Lewis is the kind of guy who reads the terms and conditions.
Go to page 21 of the Terms of Service. That's where Sony decides to redefine a word that has meant something for 7 centuries.
Ownership. Whatever you think it is, it doesn't matter. This is what Sony says it's not.
Use of the terms own, ownership, purchase, sale, sold, sell, rent, or buy in this agreement does not mean or imply any transfer of ownership.
In Lewis's speech here, he highlights cases like paying $400 for a baby monitor.
Some people may think $400 is steep, but to get access to all these features on your device is pretty cool. Except, you don't.
Oh, God, this is the worst one. This is the single-handedly worst one. I remember when I was getting, like, when I moved into my place, the number one thing, because I'm online and, like, I don't know, people are parasocial, people are weird. At any given moment, I feel like someone could just, like, haunt me down, stalk me, whatever. So my number one thing before I even, like, moved in to sleep, any of that, I was like, I need to have a lot of security around my house. So I got, like, a few different cameras, and I have, like, double cameras in spots, etc. And I remember I was like, fuck, I need to get something that doesn't have a subscription model after I buy it. That was the first thing I thought of when I was thinking of getting it. Like, that should not be a thought. I should just be like, I'll pick this camera and then get it. And they'll dupe you, too. They're bad. They'll dupe you. They'll be like, Ring doorbell camera on sale for only $45 compared to $145. And then, like, you'll buy it for $45, and then you'll open up, and it'll be like, check our new all-inclusive membership program. Activate for a year now for a solid $178.99. And you're just like, oh, that was why it was cheap? Because you just cranked the price of your membership program or whatever. And it's like, so I didn't want to deal with any of that. So I did some research, and I found one that has it has a hard drive. I have the hard drive sitting right by my feet right here. In fact, I'll probably have to clear that out tomorrow. But there's no subscription attached to it. Same with my parents' house. The cameras at ours, we got one that has no subscription. Thank God I did that, though. It's like maybe the only one. It's called Eufy. It's maybe the only one without subscription. You can go back and watch old clips. It's nice. My mom bought a new printer, and we found out it requires a subscription at 50 prints. Oh, they're doing that with printers now? What? Oh my God. I've been thinking about getting a printer for my house, but goddamn, I'm glad you said that. Now I'm going to have to, like, see if that's even a thing to get a printer without a subscription. Oh, yuck. That's gross.
Only to realize you have to keep paying.
Live breathing and sleep tracking are available with a Miku membership. Activate membership.
A lifetime textbook purchase.
Another word that's been redefined recently, the word lifetime.
That lasts 5 years.
Typically, not even 5. Some of these have been revoked after a year and a half.
And the Roku television update that didn't give you a choice.
Can anybody tell me what word is missing on the screen over here? Disagree.
I got rid of my Roku. As soon as this happened, I made the instant switch right over to what's the other one called? The Amazon Fire one. I immediately switched. Even though I don't like Bezos, I was like, fuck it. Like Denim says, get a good old school tone printer. She did say that. You must have been in her stream the other day. Get a old school toner printer. Let's see. Old school toner printer. Dude, I was at when I was doing a Jack Doherty video, and I was like doing research for it the other day. I was gonna do like a video on that chain thing, and I just didn't do it. But I was like, I gotta look into like Jack Doherty shit, right? And I found out along the way that Jack Doherty is like an OnlyFans guy. I was like, what is he doing on there? So I went to it, and ever since I went to Jack Doherty's OnlyFans, which you can't see shit till you subscribe, you can see like some whack ass photos at the top. Anytime I type in anything with an O, like I typed in old school, look, it comes up OnlyFans. It's the worst thing ever. Hate it. But okay, let's see. My dad still uses Roku. And he sent the units to Philippines. Let me see. Let me look this up. Let me look up inkjet printer. I gotta get myself one of these. God damn. Oh, like this? Old school toner printer. Yeah, this shit will last you longer. God damn. Good luck finding ink. Oh, yeah. Old school toner printer. I'm gonna look into this tomorrow. I'm gonna continue out the video. It's a good memory though. Denims did say that. I'm gonna watch. I think she's on. Is she on tomorrow? She might be on tomorrow.
Agree.
What is ownership?
Forgot.
And
I
it's
always
not
forget
just
her stream
owning
days.
Media. It's things like owning your own taste. Algorithmic discovery has been completely outsourced, and even owning yourself. Privacy. Which brings us to the third answer that I have as to why tech feels so repulsive. The erosion of privacy and trust. Privacy.
Big Brother one, yeah. My dad has 2 of those. He has one, like, I'm like, he seems, the problem with it is he seems to keep having to buy, like, every year, so like new ink or new whatever for it.
And trust are 2 separate things, but they are related. When I talk about privacy, I mean the very tangible, definable idea of privacy, internet privacy, the data points that Google has on you to build your profile where they serve ads at you, the type of privacy that has Facebook group people into politically impressionable or not, and then just persuade them to do one thing or the other, which more or less was the basis of the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
In 2014, you may have taken a quiz online, something that looked like
God
this.
damn, this drink makes me burp.
And if you did, you probably shared your personal data and your friends' personal data with a company that worked for President Trump's 2016 campaign.
The TLDR for Cambridge Analytica, in around 2016, Facebook was facilitating a nauseating amount of illegal targeted political ads that basically led to Brexit and Trump's first term. The amount of people who are politically influenced by these ads is estimated to be about 87 million. We know all this thanks to the whistleblower Christopher Wiley and the journalist...
Dude, Strudlos is so funny. The faster that he talks, the more his accent gets pronounced, and it's awesome. I love his accent. It's so good.
Carol Cadwallader.
Multiple crimes took place
That's
during
a
the
modern term
referendum,
for toner printers.
and they took place
Oh.
on Facebook.
We also know that Carol Cadwallader was later the victim of a smear campaign and a whole lot of legal intimidation. And we also know that a lot of this came after her first TED Talk, where she brought attention to the issue.
This company that worked for both Trump and Brexit had profiled people politically in order to understand their individual fears, to better target them with Facebook ads. And it did this by illicitly harvesting the profiles
Kane,
of
don't being proud of your
87
Brit accent,
million
whether it's
people
Cockney
from
or
Facebook.
Highborn.
This is what makes her second TED Talk so inspiring.
The last time that I stood on this stage, it led to a 3-year legal battle, culminated in London's High Court, in which it felt like I was on trial for my life.
Holy
because I
shit.
was. My career, my reputation, my finances, even my home was on the line.
Jeez.
All because I came here to warn you that I didn't think democracy was going to survive the technology that you're building, however incredible it is. In fact, I was the person who almost didn't survive, and pretty much everything that I was warning about is now coming true.
A few weeks ago, she got back on that stage to say these words.
It's always the data.
She was.
It's the crack cocaine of Silicon Valley. You know, the first thing that Elon Musk did was to send his cyber troops into the US Treasury.
Yep.
To get access to the data. That is not a coincidence, it's a hack.
Yep.
That data is now feeding AIs that are choosing who
Two-based.
to sack and who to replace. Sorry, eliminate fraud and waste.
Two-based.
Trust, however, is a bit more intangible. It's the trust that any of this
If
stuff
you have-
is even for us.
Do you have BTTV? I have BTTV emotes. I just realized I never told chat that. I don't know if chat can see any of my BTTV emotes though. Like, I don't know if you can see that one. I just sent a BTTV emote in chat. Crack if you buzz for 15 minutes. Data addicts need a dose every minute. Damn, can't see it. You gotta get BTTV. It helps for, like, watching denim streams, too.
You know? It's the trust that when you buy something, you actually...
It just says, you typed it back to me. Here, I'll show you. Like, on my end, see that? You're like, it just says, and then you sent it back to me. Probably because you copied and pasted it. That's funny. That's really funny. BTTV is like a browser. It just says, feels good, man. It's a browser extension. It's for emotes on Twitch, but it seems to work in YouTube chat sometimes.
Own it. The trust that digital well-being as a concept, you know, when Instagram's like, nope, you're out of content, time to get off.
Yeah, it should work on Firefox. Yeah.
But that isn't just so Meta can one day exonerate themselves in court. We tried. No, you didn't. Back to Cambridge Analytica.
I think so. BTTV Firefox. Yeah. It should help when you're watching streams, like denim streams or whatever. That's what after. Oh yeah, it'll make you close the browser.
You know what they said about that? Sorry we didn't do more. Having a digital well-being pop-up is so condescending. If you actually cared about people exiting the app, you would be a...
Do you want to see the PayPay emote? I know. So that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing about emotes. We've gone over this in denim streams. We've gone over it in Hassan streams. We've gone over it in God, who the fuck streamed we? Sandwich streams. The PayPay, the origination of PayPay was a very like right-leaning thing, but now it's that whole idea is kind of like dropped from it. It just turned into a funny. It's like a Twitch culture thing now, and it's like slowly working its way into YouTube. It's just like it's a culture thing. Like there's like a little thing when people like agree, they're like, "Yep," and it's like the little frog that's like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
It as you are about everything else. You would A/B test it as rigorously as you do when you drip feed people notifications, but you don't, do ya? You just stick it there. Because people leaving the app is the last thing you want.
How do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible?
And then the fourth answer that I have
Oh,
is the
man.
gap that all of this technology naturally fosters. This happens on two levels. Firstly, you got the massive apex predator levels. The fact that these companies are worth more than most of the world.
This list is comparing the GDPs of entire countries with the market caps of individual companies.
Man,
there you go, Apple sneaking in at number 8,
no.
right in between France and Italy.
But then there's the wealth gap that happens on the parasite class. It's how well a lot of this tech seems to facilitate junk fees and scams. It's things like subscription services being so damn easy to sign up for. But if you want to cancel, you have to email the company in order to get the phone number to call, then answer riddles 3 before you can even think about canceling.
It was a Wojak thing and went right wing, then went back to being meme. Yeah.
Sometime next year. Actually, I guess you'd call it a feel-good story for this. About a year and a half ago, I was curious about this product vidIQ. It was meant to help me with YouTube. So I signed up for
100% wealth get back bonus. So much of our issues. I know. I don't know. It's well, the problem is that like, and this is something that like, you don't need to tell you. You've heard this on Denim streams plenty by now if you've tuned into enough streams. But like, when we talk about in Hassan streams, we talk about it in plenty other YouTube videos. We'll talk about. But goddamn, it's like the middle class is like eviscerated now at this point. It's like you either have money or you have nothing. It's just like.
But what I think is a free trial. I check it out, it's not for me. But then the next day, I notice that they've charged me. So, I ask for a refund. And they said, no. They told me they weren't able to issue a refund on a charge that has already been collected, as all of our plans are not refundable, whether it's been a day or...
Oh, chat. Okay, I think I might have got scammed on eBay the other day. I'm a little worried. When May 7th comes around, I will begin worrying a little bit more. Right now, I'm at the, like, I might have been scammed. I'll show you. I'll see if it doesn't reveal my address, and I'll show you. Okay. Here. Wait. What? No, I'm looking for my purchase history. Here it is. Let's see. I hope it doesn't show my address. Okay. How can I block out my order number? Okay. Here. Let me check the page. Okay, address is not on it. All right. This is what I ordered. And I got it through, let me check the page again real quick. Yo! I just found out I got scammed. Look, no longer a registered user. Did I get my money back? Yo! No longer a registered user? Uh-oh. I'd like a refund. Holy. Holy crap. All right, we're doing this. I'm glad I watched this video. It just reminded me. Look. I'd like a refund. The user is no longer. They'll refund you. The money is still in escrow and they'll refund you. Okay. And I paid for this item. Okay, and I paid for this item. I would like to make sure I get money back. That is all. Thank you. Okay. Do I need to do anything else? eBay money. You're covered by the, oh, don't worry, you're covered by the eBay money back guarantee. You know what the funny thing about this is? Somehow it let me use my, like, old debit card number. Like, old number. Which is really weird. God damn. I freaking got scammed, dog. I gotta order a new one. I was excited about that product too. God damn. I was gonna get one of those little cameras. You know those cameras that go like vertical? It's like a GoPro camera. You can film yourself like this, but film vertical clips, but you can also like tilt it and you can shoot horizontal and it has like a gimbal stabilizer, but the camera you can just like shove it in your pocket and keep. That's what it was. I was so excited to have it. It was a good price too. God damn it. Z-John. known for its porch factories, so maybe it's legit, but they're also known for the Uyghur cultural oppression. I trusted it because I was like, I trust China. I trust China. Well, that's what I mean. Remember, God, I'm speaking shit into existence. Remember earlier in this stream I said I'm kind of a vulnerable person? I delivered to you my vulnerabilities.
Longer. So I let it rest. Then about a month ago, when I was starting research for this video, I remembered it, and so I decided to shoot them another email. Hi.
They're saying they fill the cheap Chinese goods. Yeah, I used to live there, and that shit was nice. The sweet, tasty treat of a Chinese cheap item. Oh, give me more of it. Give me more. I need to go back to China, dude. I've been dreaming of China, man. That's all I can think about is going back to China. It's been like the forefront of my mind, the goddamn last like 10 years of my life.
But I'd pick this thread back up. Any chance that I could get a refund on this? I'm making a documentary on predatory subscription payment models, and it reminded me to pick back up this request to see if your stance had changed. Thanks, Cam. And the strangest thing happened. Their stance did change. Talk about good luck. So those are 4 big separate answers to that question, and together they paint a picture. What is that picture? What do you get? Well, as I get to X in my alphabet superset, I'd like to use this letter to highlight exactly what has happened to technology as of late.
What has happened? What's he going to talk about? I don't mean to skim. I kind of want to skim this video though real quick.
Scroll through short form content, you know that the real winner isn't you. It's the platform. It feels undeniable. Whenever you sign up to some service, you know that the deal is not in your favor. And even if it looks like it is, you know that it won't be eventually. Even the most fundamental of internet activities, Google search. When you Google search something, you just...
A lot of the conflict with them has dissipated. Yeah, because when I first... Okay, this is the telling thing. This is the telling thing with China. I'm ADHDing, but hey, fuck it. I'm streaming. Okay, if I go like Google flights, when there was the conflict going on, the tickets were between 6 to 7K, even like a year out, because I wanted to go, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy myself a ticket. And then I saw that it was 6 or 7K, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not buying a ticket. Obviously, I can't afford that. I'm willing to put in like, 1,000 or something like that, if I have to, right? I understand that it's going to be like in that range. And now, look at this. Yeah, see, look. There we go. Look, if I did like August, if I flew out there in August, look at the prices. Like you can get like $1,000. I pay 600 to 1K going. I always have a somewhere in Beijing. Oh, I've been to Beijing before. Yeah, like this. See what I mean? Like I would pay for this. This has one stop in Hong Kong. I would pay this. That seems reasonable. That's worth it for China. Look at this one down here. 9K. Yeah, I think I could afford that. I think I could afford 9K. Gonna get a Tesla Model 3 when I get there. Yeah. Hey, I once saw them at 6K. They're down to 1K, so I'll take it.
Just brace yourself. Even if you add Reddit on the end, you brace yourself for scams, ads, and ChatGPT SEO optimized bullshit. So my big answer as to why technology feels so repulsive these days is because we all now know that we are no longer the user. We are the thing that is getting used.
Oh, okay. I know where he's going. All right. I don't need to know about this. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I know where he's going with this. Like speed. Streaming where? Oh, streaming in China. Yeah, I know. Oh, I should do that. That's such a good idea. Do a Twitch stream there. Okay, you know what I found out today? This is kind of fucked up. This is kind of fucked up, but I found out something a little bit weird and erroneous, I think is the right word to use. Okay. Twitch view bots. There is, okay, look at this. There's like this site, including this site, but not limited to, that does view botting. Listen, I'm not one that's like, yeah, let's view bot, let's go. However, I learned something. I don't know that I will ever do it, but I learned that if you're growing on Twitch and you view bot, you do like 50 view bots, Twitch will see this and literally just boost you on Twitch or whatever. I think it's just for Twitch. And then because of getting boosted, you will organically get new people watching you because they'll see and they'll want to join. So you can get view bots. Everybody's doing it. Like Asmin was doing it today. He had 150K in today. I don't watch Asmin, but I saw his little thing that was in the corner up here. 150K. I think there's this one too, ViewBotter. Yeah. What's the point? And Timcast. Yeah, Tim does it. Tim Pool famously does it. I showed you that video, right, of Tim Pool skating at my local skate park, like back when I saw him at the skate park. Right? I've shown that video before. This is Tim Pool at my local skate park. That isn't even there anymore. Well, it's not my local anymore. I can show it because it's not my local anymore, and I don't care. Oh God, I'm gonna turn the music off. I'm afraid of DMCA. It's so weird. I talked about it. It's so weird. I'm like, dog. Like, if I wasn't in this video, I was there. It's so weird. I think I'm gonna have to get to this Fantano video another day. This is like a video I was really interested in. He plagiarized other musicians. Because I think this whole, like, musician plagiarizing thing is becoming like a phenomena. Like, I don't think this guy... Does he have long hair? I don't know. He's been a Beanie Boy. He's always been a Beanie Boy.
You want to know the scary...
I've only seen Tim Pool IRL with a beanie. I think... Look at this. This whole, like... This whole musicians plagiarizing thing is becoming a thing, like a phenomena. Like, musicians just want to do what other musicians are doing.
And look at the poor attempt of tagging the composer, buried in the YouTube Shorts description. But the real crime is that these were for sale as Giacomo's original transcriptions, with none of it going to the...
So, I don't know. I don't have time for this video, but I officially have done a 3-hour banger. I'm getting good at doing 3-hour bangers. I gotta work my way up to a 5-hour banger. I'm noticing the views trickle off on streams when I do like a 3-hour stream versus a 1-hour stream. So I might do a little bit of alternating. I watches Brit Basis bloke. Aye, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, I noticed the views trickle off. So I'm debating on like switching off being 3 and 1 hour streams. And then maybe, like I said, one of these days I'll do like a full 8-hour stream. Stream for a full day. That might do me well on this platform, honestly. I might grow my account. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do like, I'll switch off and be healthy. I do like doing, I did notice, the funny thing, ironically enough, it's going to sound weird coming from me. You're going to be like, sure. But, hear me out. I, ironically enough, never really like stream with the intent of like, I'm going to make money from it. I look at streaming kind of like, if I make money off it, cool. If I don't, cool. I don't really give a shit when it comes to streaming. Streaming is just like that fun extra thing on the platform for me. When I make YouTube videos, I'm kind of like, okay, how much should I make off that YouTube video? That I care about, but not so much streaming. It's like, cool, if I make something, cool, whatever. Having said that, yesterday I checked the analytics of that stream I did for 3 hours the other day. They got like 200 views. Usually on YouTube, when you get like 200 views, you make like, I don't know, 13, 14 cents or some bullshit. I don't know. You make like nothing. 30 cents. No, my stream that got 200 views made like $17. And that was before the chatter in here ever so nicely tipped. So with the tip, it was like $27. I was like, God damn. Or cut a long stream into a few. Yeah, I might do that. I might cut. Or just hanging out. I get it. It's why I'm here. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. That's really nice. Yeah, you always hang out for the whole streams. I appreciate it. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is probably snipe out something from this stream for a video. I know there was like some Jojo Siwa stuff we talked about. Maybe the Troom Troom thing. I need to get better at like clipping stuff out of my streams for videos. Did you see this video? I've been like avoiding watching it even though I probably should watch it. It's only because I skate. I don't like Aiden Ross. That's why I'm avoiding it. I'm not a juicer either. I don't hate XQC, but I'm not a fan of XQC. Unless Aiden Ross has had a change of attitude that I don't know about. But it's like two kind of cringy people that I'm like, but they're skating, and I'm kind of like, But I'm a weak-minded soul when it comes to skateboarding. And there's Nigel Houston in it, so I don't know. I don't know. But I might need to get better at like clipping out stuff. I'd watch it just to see one of them eat shit. Just do like a quick scrub. Is this the long video?
No more red.
Nigel will be the only one that successfully does not eat shit.
Bro, what, bro? The wider you are, I'm about to. So you want me to come in wider? Yeah, that's good. Okay, now what? You can do that first. That's really good. Bro, he looks like. Oh man. Why? Bro, you look like you're handicapped. Hey, Riri, I am. It'll give me more time.
I'm like nervous. How do I get that scared feeling out of my chest?
So like the Metro and longboard to work. That's sick.
Not bringing the fake balls. No, where there's hella kids and shit.
I forgot XQC. That's the only thing I admire left in XQC. That he's like genuinely a good skater and like isn't a cringy skater either. XQC, like if I saw him out in public skating, I would probably stop him and like play a game of skate with him or something. Like I don't really care for him, but I would be like, let's play skate. Like he sets up nicely. He's like
bringing the fake balls.
It reminds me of how I skate.
No, where there's hella.
I just landed. I got a tray flip today. Look at this. I'll one up you, XQ juicer. Here you go. Look at this. Our shit looks the same. I don't know if my camera will show that. Oh my god. Easy. Easy. Aiden's
Hella kids and shit
posture's
before
so
I'm
bad.
See, you know,
See-
I know what you mean, 'cause, like, the falls,
Look at-
your adrenaline's rushing.
Wait.
You know, see,
XQC
you know what I
just
mean, 'cause, like,
cranking out the
falls,
tricks.
your adrenaline's rushing. So I don't even feel my knee anymore. Right?
Wait, did he already fall? Did Aiden Ross already eat shit? No, he didn't. I'm looking for a moment where he ate shit. Oh, I bet you he eats it here. This is Lot 11 skate park in Miami. I go here every year. I might go here in the next like 10 days when I'm out in Florida. I forgot I'm going to Florida. I'm going to be traveling soon. I completely forgot about this. So I won't be streaming for a while. May 8th, so May 7th, I have to go to bed at like 7 o'clock. So I won't be streaming May 7th, May 8th, May 9th. You both do tall mofos? I am not tall. I'm not tall. I might look tallish on stream, but I'm not tall. I'm very average. Like, I get called short, actually, quite frequently. May 7th, I'm not streaming. May 8th, I'm in New York. May 9th, I'm still in New York. May 10th, I go from New York to Florida. And then May 11th, I'm hanging with my mom for Mother's Day. And then May 12th, I come back that morning, and then I'm out to dinner with some friends that night. So May 13th will be the first night I stream. So it'll be like May 7th to 12th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. God damn, I'm taking like a whole week off of streaming. Oh, no. The only time I could really like stream would be from my phone, which I'd consider doing. Maybe. We'll see.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way. Yo! Yo! They're putting a whole ass make travel. I should. One of them, the first trip is to go literally I get there, client picks me up, I go to client's house, work with client, go to hotel. So the only thing I could film would be like me in the hotel. I can't really film anything really at this client's house. The most I would probably film at this client's house is like a podcast with these two clients. Because if this person's house gets doxxed, they're completely fucked. This is like someone who's like pretty famous that I'm going out there to work with. But I might do a podcast with them both. They both have like millions of followers online. So I can't really film anything at their place other than if we do a podcast together, which we've discussed. So we'll see. Aiden Ross is wearing a goddamn motorcycle helmet, dog. This is embarrassing. Not the photo. Oh my god.
Nigel, why are you cracking up?
It's too good, bro. It's just too good. Like, this is just too good.
Alright. Now what do I need next?
Look, I got a baby. You skate? She skates, scooters, rips?
Miami. I'll be in Old People Town. I'm there for one day during Mother's Day. I'm doing fun stuff with my mom, and if there's time in the evening afterward, then I'll send it in their car to Miami and go skate this park. At that, I would film. I want to get out there.
Ass? Yeah, it's always. This kid just did a kickflip.
Give him knee pads. Dog. What is happening here? Holy. Okay, he has to eat shit here. This is embarrassing for him. Dog. Yo, that's soy. His fans are probably in the chat being like, soy. That's soy, dog. Dude, there's no way his fans watched this and thought this was based. Yeah, based.
I don't get what you're doing. Is that good?
You made it down.
Okay, all right, so...
You got it? You got it?
What? Yeah, bro. She keeps laughing at me. Whatever, dude.
Stand straight.
I just found an aura. I didn't fall. You just slid in. I'm just feeling it out. I'm feeling it out.
Juicer wearing a monster hat.
XQC. If you guys want XQC, spam XQC. It's your turn, buddy. I want to party on that one first. Come on, Felix. You can hold it. I don't want to fuck it up.
Where's Felix going? Where's he going? Is he coming this way or is he doing it there? Oh, god damn it.
Dude, I have clips of me skating this park on my phone. Here, I should just show it.
My bad. Yeah, let me go around here before
I think this was last year.
I get smacked with the skateboard.
Oh, yeah, this was last. Yeah, this was last year. Look at this. Oh, hopefully it'll. Easy light work. If the balance is way off, XQC needs to let go of him. It's like riding a bike. You need to beat the fear. Oh yeah, I did this. That was a lot of fun. Oh, there's the pyramid I just was showing you. Yeah, at one point it was a parking lot. Yeah. It's a beautiful park now. Come on, Juicer. Come on, my Juicer. Let's do it. Oh, can he not skate transition?
For me, this is a good, like, 6.
He's probably a really bad transition skater. Yeah, he's terrible. Dude, I cannot believe Nija's skating with them. You have XQC that like skates at my level. You have Nija. You have Aiden Ross who doesn't even know how to ride forward 2 inches, wearing a bicycle helmet. Easy.
This motherfucker is insane. Oh my god.
Easy light work. Dude, you know these motherfuckers at the park are locked the fuck in. They see Nija Houston, they're locked in.
Fuck no. Alright, now
that was my best Tony Hawk impression.
You going again, Felix?
Most of these guys are probably already gonna be there. Yeah. I at least was able to do that there. This trick, I at least was able to do that and like go around the corner. It's not that hard. And this part makes it conducive and like easy to do. He's turning his shoulders too late.
Oh, he's good too.
I like how he's just riding. Aiden's like, he's good too. He's literally just riding. Aiden's like, wow, so good.
Build your bed from the ground up.
Oh my god, not the ad. This is so weird watching a... Why am I getting an ad? What the fuck? Oh, I was on the wrong account. That's why.
Bro, I actually want to throw up. Bro, just leave those things. You gotta leave the shoes here.
Yeah, we'll buy something else, yeah.
When you play skate versus them, you can just use mine.
Did XQC get hurt? What did I miss?
You stepped on it. I'm gonna puke. What?
Oh, he's... Oh! 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 Dog. Oh. Buy a board and practice before filming this? I don't know. Ew. Nasty. This was like the opposite of entertaining. Like, this is just like Aiden Ross bitched out. I like how it's like this was on Aiden Ross's stream, but Aiden Ross bitched out. God damn. Aiden's little 13-year-old fans are probably like, "Meh." Oh my god. I had a feeling that video would let me down. Rick, love to see it. Welp. 3.5 hour banger. Welp. Alright. I should probably sleep. It's 12:30. I should wake up at like 6:30 tomorrow. Go on a nice little morning walk. I can feel my body telling me I'm tired. I'm not tired. My eyes feel awake, but my body, everything chin down, feels like I should be sleeping. Plus, what am I doing? I feel like I have calls to take tomorrow. Am I doing anything tomorrow? One of my friends, like, one of my normie friends just texted me and was like, "Hey, do you know it's called Golf of America now?" Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so funny. God, I'm so goddamn fucking online. Probably like new information to that person. They're like just finding this out. I'm like on the internet every day, knowing Trump's every move. Fuck, I'll go on X if I find out something new about Trump right now. Oh my god, wait, Denim's update. Fill him up. I gotta fill her up on the BS. Let's go. Denims has been talking about having guests on her stream. She said something about Friday guest days. Didn't she? I could swear on my life. She was like Mold Mondays, Friend Fridays, fucking I forget what, something like that. So there could be a guest tomorrow on stream. Might be a guest. Oh, it is Ethan. Oh, that's right. Hassan versus Ethan. Oh, shoot. Denim's. Oh, man. Denim's reacting. Oh, God. This is going to kill me. Oh, God. Help. Help. What do I do? Help. Help me. Help me out. I actually told a client I couldn't take a call till 4:30 because I knew Hassan's stream would go 2:30. I don't know how long their debate will be, but if their debate goes on, I'm going to tell the client, sorry, my shoot's not over yet, and delay the call. I'm going to delay the call until the debate's over with. But goddamn, help me out here. What do I do? What do I do? Help. Do I watch Denim's stream and then watch Denim's react to Ethan and Hassan? Or do I just watch on Hassan's stream right there and then? Denim's, right? I watch Denim's stream. And I see Denim's react to Ethan versus Hassan. Or do I... what do I do? You guys watch VODs, I can. Doesn't Twitch delete VODs after like 10 days now? Isn't that like their new policy or some shit? I know there's like a threshold where it's like after a certain amount of days, they now delete VODs. Oh, man. Fuck. I think I was watching Hassan's. My comment here. Getting a bunch of updates. Dan. When Dan was lying. What do you think? There's fan channel. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll just watch it raw. Oh, man. Why am I weirdly excited? I'm a parasocial freak over this dumbass debate. Hate that I have to be like that about this debate, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what talking points Ethan's going to whip out. I really don't. He's got nothing left in the... That man has nothing in the tank. I mean, he literally has nothing in the fucking tank. You know? So, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to say. I look tired. I can see myself looking tired on stream. That's part of why I don't watch on too much chat. Oh, don't forget about this thing. Here. BTTV Firefox. Don't forget about this. BTTV Firefox. How do you watch Denim's stream? Do you watch hers on stream on Twitch? He lost his smoking gun. His only beat him or being a lying asshole and lose the debate. Yeah, I know. There's a weird part of me, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a weird part in me that has this conspiracy that somehow... I shouldn't even say it. It sounds bad, but there's a weird part of me that feels that somehow Hila plays a role in this. Like, she's weirdly quiet, but then when she does speak, she says the worst shit ever. And then the thing that makes me feel this way, though, that she plays a role in it, is I wonder how Ethan's commentary would differ if she wasn't in his life. Like, do you think he's giving his commentary in a way that he's like, oh, I know Hila would appreciate me saying this, or I know that, like, she won't break things off. Like, is he afraid that if he says something that's pro-Palestinian, that Hila's going to, like, or dare he say that Israel's doing a genocide, that's going to freak out Hila, or will Hila even openly say it? Download but not installed. I don't know. That's all stuff that I wonder about. I don't know. You think so? Like, I feel like he's like, oh man, Hila's gonna cut shit off with me if I say a genocide's happening. It's how it feels. It really feels that way because I'm like, we've seen Ethan in the past come through on the other side of things. But this one, the difference is this one directly involves. I remember everybody can tell from men and women that eel is 100% part of the rhetoric. Yeah. Like, it's like when your crazy friend, when your friend that wasn't crazy turns crazy because they're, like, doing shit to defend for their significant other. You know? Where it's like, in another situation with that said friend, you would have been like, why? Like, you wouldn't have said this last year, you wouldn't have said this 2 months ago, but now that you're with this person, you're saying this suddenly. You know, it's like that. That's kind of what that argument of mine stems from. That's not everything. It's half the influence. Yeah. That's what I think too. Oh man. He's got nothing in the fucking tank. He's got nothing. And this is coming from me. Like, I'm my brain, it's either that I'm tired and can't think, or Ethan truly has nothing. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is he truly has nothing. Yeah. There's nothing, what talking points could he possibly get out that is not Hasbro? What could he possibly do? My guess, he's gonna probably pull clips. Be like, Hassan, what about this clip? Let's just play this clip of you. And then another thing he's probably gonna do, he'll probably talk about Hamas. But he talked with Hamas to Sam Cedar and didn't get anywhere with that. So he would be so stupid to talk Hamas. He could do Hasbro. To talk about Hamas would get him nowhere because he saw where he got with Sam Cedar with that. So he would be dumb to talk about Hamas again with Hassan. He can't pull out you're anti-Semitic to Hassan after he saw Sam Cedar have those same opinions. Anti-Semitism, protect Israel. Yeah, the funniest part about this is that Ethan is doing anti-Semitism in the opposite direction. He's quite literally doing anti-Semitism, unironically. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just Hasbro. He's going to have to look up Hasbro. He's going to have to Reddit his way into Hasbro talking points. Because even Sam Cedar debunked some of his Hasbro already. If not some, all of it. So it's like... it feels like he ran, and more effective to talk about Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, because he used to claim as supporting terrorism. Yeah. No, it'd be more effective it'd be effective in the direction of talking to inform Ethan, and in the direction of potentially making a H3 foot soldier and or Fupa Troopa think in the direction of what Hamas has done for the Palestinians. That it would do. But I'm saying, in a sense of him being like, Hassan, Hamas is so bad, blah, 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 which, the crime on October 7th, obviously is not, I'm not going to sit here and act like that's just at all. In fact, I was reading something earlier today. I think that was a horrible crime, but I think what Israel's done is a billion times worse and has lasted much longer. It has caused devastation to many, many more families. Lying is OP. If you're disingenuous, you can make up shit. Yeah. Breaks the ego. He better be off the Ozempic tomorrow, and be honest. Yeah. Lying is the new meta, and that's the new meta, the new debate meta. Just lie. Oh, I have to show you. I was going to show you specifically. Man, 11 was what we did with zeros was far worse. Yeah, exactly. Here. Yeah. Again, I'll never condone, the actions on October 7th. I think those were some of the, I think it was a horrible war crime. I was reading something earlier today that said that music festival was actually moved, and they weren't intentionally targeting that area, but I don't know if I don't know the validity on that claim. This is something I was reading earlier today. I don't want to sit here and act like that's true, but it was just something I was reading up on. Imagine 1 million corpses in a contrast to a few thousand. Yeah. And a significant more amount of time that has lasted throughout this war crime. Israel's, taken food away from people. They've taken electricity. They've taken their homes away. They've killed millions of innocent children, babies, women, children, men. Just it's a relentless war crime. And we are funding it. It's great. And then we're also using pro-Palestinian people and pro-Palestinian voices to use them as people that are, how dare you speak against Israel? It's terrible. We're defending it in this country. It's sad. This is the video I was going to show you. Chris, you would really like this video. You may have already seen this reactor, but this video is right up your alley. I wanted to watch this myself. It's right up my own alley, but I was like, I think Chris will like this video. You've probably been seeing this Chris Kunzler guy. This guy has studied Israel, Palestine. He's very educated, very knowledgeable. He's this guy's good. I like this guy, Chris Kunzler. Let's see. Wait.
As well, and I guess it's kind of just
like Nazi shit. So
yeah, this was yes, I understand that.
Yeah,
but I just wanted you to know I did reach out and
get a trip paid for. And interestingly enough, they don't.
Yeah. Did you watch his reaction to it? It's a 3 hour freaking thing, so you probably don't have time tonight, but may not have time tomorrow, but if you ever get around to it, it's interesting. I am certainly bookmarking it myself. I subscribed to him on my other channel. I thought I was subscribed on this one. But yeah. You were gonna watch that? That's funny. I was like, I know this is a good video for you. That's funny. Chris Kunzler. I like that guy. But it's time for me to sleep. I can hear it. I can finally hear it in my voice. My head is feeling it now. Right here, I feel like it's like a battery, Your battery's at 100. My battery's at 12 right now, and I'm like. So I'm going to leave. Oh my God! Wait, am I still live? Oh, yeah, I am. Okay, thank God. My little button was hidden. All right. I'm off. Can I go to brother and you stayed up for my stream? Oh my God, thank you so much. What the fuck? What the fuck? Thank you so much. God damn, I need to be tipping chatters out here. God damn. You should be a paid chatter. God damn, how do you tip chatters? Holy shit, dude. Oh my God, thank you. God damn. Appreciate you. Get some rest. Get some rest. I'm probably waking up at 6 myself. I will catch you later, my guy. Thank you for being you. Thank you for hanging. Catch you tomorrow. Maybe you sleep during the day and work at night. Oh, okay. All right. That makes me feel a little bit better. Okay. Go to work at 3 a.m. Oh, so my night stream works out. Sick. Nice. That's awesome. Well, shit. Have a good one at work. Now we'll catch you mañana. We might do a quick little discussion on the Ethan Hassan debate, but maybe just not title the stream as such. I might. We'll see. Maybe do a quick little like ba-bum, ba-bum. This is what I thought. This is what I thought. Recap and then dive into the rest of the stream. Because I don't think my opinion of the stream is going to change. I think, if anything, I'm just going to be like, yep, Ethan said some more dumb shit. Hasta luego. Peace.